everybody, how are we doing today? Welcome on in to the art gym. This was yesterday's study. I will get a new one going here in just a second. Happy Wednesday, right? It is Wednesday. Doesn't it? It feels like this week has been so weird for me. Good news. Well, I don't know if I want to share it yet, but my, update, I should say, on the internet situation. My studio landlord said they did a hard reset of at least the modem, hopefully also the bounce signal. I didn't really get clarification on that. But I'm gonna go after this today and go to the studio and see how it's working. I'm still probably not gonna stream today, afternoon stream, just in case, because I also know I'm having PC issues, so I'm probably gonna spend some time doing some research on that. But hopefully, if I can at least get the internet situation resolved, maybe we won't have to cancel afternoon streams very long. But just as an update, in case anybody missed it, unfortunately I've just been having so many issues with my internet and my PC crashing at the studio. It just feels like it's a poor experience for everybody involved, and so I'm just canceling studio streams, which would be afternoon streams, until everything gets sorted. Or at least until I can make sure I have, if nothing else, reliable internet. Just the 1-2 punch of the internet and PC problems has just been too much for my fragile brain to handle, basically. So just keep that in mind. If anybody was planning on hanging out this afternoon, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. But it's been very frustrating. So, but yeah, happy Invasive Species Awareness Day, I believe. I don't know if it's the whole week or if it's just today, but we did this last year and it was kind of fun. I think I did like a bunch of invasive species last year. I think I'm just going to focus on cats. It's a pretty popular one. Most people like cats. And we'll just do a little bit of like pseudo-educational, like quasi-educational stuff. We'll talk a little bit about that. But let me pull up some cat references first. Thank you, Maze, for having that pinned at the top of chat. I'm just going to run in there and grab a cat. Oh man, there's so many cats. I don't even know if I've looked in this folder since the last time we drew domestic cats. But I bet somewhere in here I've got it. Yep, there we go. Cat anatomy. So I'm gonna pull up an anatomy one really quick. A little cat skeleton. Because I like to start with understanding what's going on underneath the skin. Tends to be, at least for me, the more helpful way of doing studies. And then after that we'll get into, or at least I'll get into, drawing the domestic cat. Let me pick one that's in like a similar pose to this. Oh, but they're so cute when they're not in that pose. Oh dear. Let's try this one. So I think I did that really fluffy one a different time. Oh, here's a nice one. This is a good one to start with. I forget what these cats are called. Seal-pointed white OSH. I don't know what that means. Cat genetics are wild, guys. That's all I do now. Let's do this one. I'll pin this picture in case anybody wants it. And then I'll scroll up and chat and say hi to everybody. But also, hi, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. What are you guys working on? And as always, if you don't want to work on what I'm doing, you know, if you'd rather draw something else, totally fine. We're still going to look at anything that's in the warm-up section of the study, or excuse me, the art gym section of the Discord. We'll look at that at the end of the session today. So as long as it's work safe and it's drawn from observation of some kind, then it counts. But I like this one. I'm gonna draw this one. Okay, I just pinned this to the Pinterest board. So if you wanted to draw this cat, you should be able to. Let's make this one smaller, save a little bit of room here. Here we go. Okay. Cats. Cats, 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 cats. Okay. Let me scroll up and say hi to folks so we can get started. Oriental short hair. That makes sense. Grobby looking cats. They do have like I do kind of like the Roman nose. It reminds me of the, there's a terrier that's like that. I forget what they're called. Yeah, it reminds me, it's like the cat version of that terrier. It looks very like noble, almost like it's very like snooty. Literally because of the snoot. Alright, anyway, let me scroll up and say hi. And also hi, Miss Caprical, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Miss Art Rules, howdy howdy. Good morning from California. Well, good morning from Colorado, Miss Art Rules. Germs Germ, hello. Yankularu, howdy. How are you? Thanks for being here and helping. Bickman, I'm glad you're excited. You and your army of frogs. Maze, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Lemon Chicken, hi. Good to see you back. Glad we haven't scared you off yet. And Bacaholic, welcome in. Everybody likes cats, right? Or at least most people like cats. And even if you don't like cats, maybe you like drawing them. So feel free to join if you'd like. We need a picture of all the Twitch cats. There's so many Twitch cats. If you have a cat emote, feel free to put it in chat right now so we can see the cats bouncing around the screen. I'm pretty sure most streamers have a cat emote. I feel like 1 out of 5 streamers has a cat emote. And Outonet, hello, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see, who else do we have in chat? Earthshine Decay, hello. Good to see you as well, thanks for coming in. Brief detour into machines, yes. There will be more. If you guys actually, if you have, hey, look at those cats. Look at those cats, guys. Look at all these cats on the screen. Somebody's participating. If you have suggestions on like stuff you want to study, let me know. I think I want to do construction equipment next month at some point. I'll read off the stuff I've already got. I've got a little list in the stream event chat section thing. It's like a pinned note that I keep editing and updating. So if you have suggestions, you can always drop them in that chat. You can type them here in this chat if you want to, but yeah. Vehicles. There we go. So right now I've got instruments, a style study, which I'm thinking about how I want to implement that, but we might be doing that next month. Storms, mountains, perspective study. That would be tough for me to do on stream until I could figure out the perspective tool. But if somebody wants to volunteer to lead that. More drawbox, foxes, bugs, seashells, and construction vehicles. Those are some of the topics. And of course, I'll do at least 2 gesture or figure drawing sessions. My goal is to do at least 2 figure drawing studies a month. I usually try to do it like the 1st and 3rd week or the 2nd and 4th week or something like that. So those are going to be like pretty standard because working on people is something I really want to do. But yeah, let's do dresses too, because we haven't done clothing in a while. Anyway, if you have suggestions, let me know. Let's see. Thanks. Welcome back to you as well. You love cats. Keep your kitties inside or harness the... Yes, exactly. You don't have to keep them inside, but you do, like, you wouldn't let your dog run around off leash, right? Like, it's the same type of thinking we just aren't used to having with cats. But yeah, if you're gonna have your cat outside, they need to be monitored. That's really all it is. Just like you would a dog, you know? If your dog is constantly escaping the yard, you do things to make sure it can't escape the yard. Get a catio. You know, there's things you can do. For sure. We need mini pet. Yeah, we have those for sure. Hey Neil, how are you? Good to see you. I'm glad you're enjoying those Vaquita emotes. I need to follow up on the Vaquita thing. I kind of want to reach out to the porpoise.org people again. And see what the updates are. Maybe we'll do like a... Because I don't know if they can wait till Save the Vaquita Days. Save the Vaquita Days not until September, but you guys, they need more help. They're really, really close to extinction. I think they're doing another survey next month about like how many, like getting numbers for the vaquita, so I'm interested to see what they come up with. Hopefully it's not a decline. Hopefully it's at least steady. Steady or improved is what we want to see. I've had to call up my knowledge of cat anatomy for a commission. Oh, nice. Well, this is good timing then. You're working from home, Lemon. Nice. Let's see. Isel, how are you? Good to see you. Yay, cats. Do you have a cat? I can't remember. I feel like you do for some reason, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, Gobby. Oh, Gobby. Yes, Gobby from Harry Potter. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. I don't know. I can't remember the spelling either. I think you had it right the first time. Yeah, I think you did it. Let me see. Wow, we got a lot of folks in chat today. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Look at all those cat modes. Amazing. La Raga, how are you? I like your dog. It just puts a dog in there. Sorry, not sorry? Wait, sorry, not sorry for what? What'd you do? I don't know what you're sorry for. You're fine. Let's see. Scrolling. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom of chat now. I did it. I made it to the bottom of chat. Okay. Let's... Oh, do you guys, can I just be excited about something really fast with you guys? I know this is a little off topic, but I have been working on a project all stinking month, folks. All stinking month, and that is uploading every single art gym VOD I've ever done, from the very beginning all the way to today, to yesterday. So this one will go up after. But you guys, last night, I finally finished it. You guys, so excited because it has been so time consuming, and hopefully moving forward it'll go much faster because I will be able to just port them from Twitch to YouTube and they will be in order. You know, oddly enough, like editing it takes a little longer doing it that way because because like when I uploaded them manually, I could just reuse information from previous videos. And so it's really fast to have like all the tags, all the descriptions, all the links, all that stuff. And then I would just like slightly update the title to like make it the next number. So that part might take a little longer, but I'm just really excited to actually be finished with this. So if anyone wants to check that out, you can type !YouTube, or if you want to just see the playlist, there's the playlist right there. If anybody wants to check that out, you can see the very first art gym stream we ever did last January, all the way up to, well, they're not all posted yet. Here's the thing. I'm posting one a day because I feel like more than that is too much. It's just spammy. I mean, I already feel kind of spammy posting one video a day, but just with the sheer backlog of the last year of art VODs, guys, guess when wait, actually, you know what? Yeah, guess when I'll finally be caught up to today, most likely. Just guess. Actually, I may have already said this in Discord. Never mind. Guess how many, like just getting it up to yesterday, how far out ahead I'm scheduled right now. 2028. Okay, not that far. That would be more than, it was like 180 VODs, roughly, that I had to upload. I can't say you already said. I mean, you can guess if you want to. I just think for anyone who doesn't already know, it just blew my mind how many there were. I'll just tell you, you don't have to guess. So getting them all, posted. Yeah, I think I did post it. I was so excited. I think I posted it last night in Discord. But yeah, getting them all posted like once a day, pretty much just art gym streams, with the exception of like one or two. Like I have the 2,000 followers stream, the New Year's Eve party, and that snow sculpting stream. Those are just like special streams, but everything else is art gym that's getting posted. And it's gonna be one a day, and I am booked out until May 22nd. Guys, May 22nd is when yesterday's art stream will be posted on YouTube. That's how far behind I have been. So my guess is I will be basically having to port them over and upload them once a day until I'm caught up to the actual streams. And once that starts happening, my goal is to just like simulcast on both YouTube and Twitch, and then just have them automatically post to YouTube from the stream over there. So that should be way faster. But that's probably at this, because there's going to be about 40 more art gyms between now and I mean May. If I do 3 a week, basically. I just some rough math. So I'm guessing I'm not going to be actually co-streaming until like this summer, sometime like July probably. So it'll be my birthday present to myself, I guess. Anyway, but I'm really excited. So I'm really glad that happened, because it has been a very, very, very long and arduous process. Yeah. So anyway, on that note though, because I'm not able to do my afternoon streams for a little bit due to all of the tech issues I'm having at the studio, I do also want to make sure people know that next month, or this month's showcase, so like every month we do a showcase for like, you can show art, you can drop links and stuff, and you put them in the monthly art showcase section of the Discord. Just one piece per person, as long as it's work safe and it's actually yours, no tracing or AI, and certainly of course no copying somebody else's work. But yeah, like usually we do that on the first afternoon stream of the month. This month, because I'm not sure if we're gonna have the ability to stream on Monday afternoon next week, we're gonna go ahead and do it at the end of the art gym. So we'll do the art gym next Monday, and then right at the end of the art gym is when we will do the showcase. So it's a very different time. I changed if you go to the Discord, there's an event at the top of the channels, and I changed the event time to reflect that. So yeah, just be aware. I know that really kind of messes it up for some folks who, can only come after work or something, or like this time just doesn't work for you, and I apologize for that. I just don't know how else to do it. So we're just gonna do the art gym as normal, and then we'll do probably the showcase around noon or something, would be my guess. because that tends to be about when we finish these streams. So yeah. Anyway, that's all the updates I have. Okay, let's draw some cats. And gosh, just I hope and pray that my computer here does not start breaking. That would be awful if I just had no other recourses, but so far things are okay. I still haven't had a chance to clear off my C drive, so it might be a little laggy, but hopefully I can do that sometime today or tomorrow. Okay, cats. Let's draw some cats. Yes, it is a graceful creature, indeed. Indeed. Such a fluid movement in this critter. So I'm gonna do a quick skeletal study. For those who've been here before, you know that I like to do these. If you want to do one, feel free. You sure don't have to, but I find them very helpful because, as I say a lot, whenever you are trying to look at a reference, especially when it's, even if it's like in life, but especially if it's a flat image, sometimes the flattening of the image, it just makes it hard for you to know like where stuff is. So if you already know like the shape of the shoulder, the shape of like what's going on underneath the skin, you're gonna have a better idea of how to figure out what you're looking at in the reference. So it helps with that. And this is something you can kind of intuit if you draw from a living creature, right? Over time, if you pay close attention to how they move and where they bend, and like you can sort of figure all that stuff out. But I always recommend, even if you're pretty familiar with the animal, it's always a good idea to do an anatomy study. Also, side note, I made banana bread yesterday and I forgot to show you guys a picture, but here, I wanted to show you this little piece. See? Look, banana bread. It's very dense, but I might snack on that during stream. Hey Oddsy, good to see you. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy your lurk. Celebrate you, baby. Yeah, I would send you some Sloppy. Also, hi Sloppy. But, you know, I don't think it would last in the mail. I think it might get kind of gross. I might be making some more though, so if you guys want to come over and have some banana bread, let me know. Like, I got a whole bunch of bananas that went bad the other day because they were the ones that were already kind of like banana bread bananas when I brought them home. So I've just been like waiting for them to turn. Yeah, Casey Banana Bread Con. Yeah, Casey Con, I'll have banana bread for sure. Don't quote me on that. Pretend I never said that. Been busy. Hopefully a good busy. Not a bad busy. It is extremely rich. I've eaten like half the banana bread already since yesterday, so if I have to roll off stream today. In fact, I really need to make that lift command just because I need to do more push-ups. Oh, that reminds me. Somebody redeemed a gratitude jar yesterday, and I forgot to do it before we left stream. So let me get back into my mod view and make sure that I don't forget to do that. It was you, Bakaholic. Okay, let me do that right now before I forget. Let me actually, you know what? Since I'm at home, I'm gonna go get this year's gratitude jar. So BRB. BRB. And I'll explain what that is for people who are like, what are you talking about? Okay, so here is why I have started this. So for those who are here for the New Year's Eve stream, you know that I do this really cheesy thing I call the gratitude jar. It's basically a jar. Looks like this. See, it's very jar-like. And my tradition is to spend all year like writing little notes about things I'm grateful for or thankful for, like just positive good things that happened, and put it in the jar. And then I can't read it until New Year's Eve. So this is the 2025 jar. Here's the problem. Sometimes I forget to write things and put them in the jar. So I wrote one that I put in the jar when we streamed on January 1st. It's in there, but it's the only one in there right now because I've been so busy and I keep forgetting to write in my gratitude jar. So I decided to make a redeem. And have you guys help me so that I can remember to write stuff down, because there are good things that happen to me and I do want to remember them at the end of the year, because I feel like it's a really easy thing, you know, to like get really negative and just focus on the bad. Like our brains are really wired to focus on the bad, and I think you have to make a really intentional effort to stay positive. I like to call it tactical optimism. So I am an optimist, but you have to work on it. So if you're somebody who's a little cynical and one of your goals is to be less cynical, I know this is a tough year probably for some folks to do that. Every year is really, but yeah, I'm gonna start by, let's see, we'll just make it today. 2/26/25. So I always write the date at the top so that I know kind of roughly when the thing happened. Something I'm grateful for. I am grateful for banana bread. That might be too silly, but I am. Banana bread makes me happy. And you know what, actually I'll be more specific. I'm grateful that my banana bread recipe that I made this time did not sink in the middle, because it's a thing that happens all the time at altitude with this particular recipe, and so I'm just glad that I think I may have figured out a way around it. So I'm gonna say made good banana bread. And you know what? That's it. It doesn't always have to be like an earth-shaking thing. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I got a job, or oh, I won $1 million. Like, sure, if that happens, definitely write it down. But it goes in the jar, seal up the jar, and then I won't read that again until New Year's at the end of the year. So thank you, Bachaholic, for redeeming the gratitude jar. I appreciate that. And this, if anyone's curious, this is literally my jar setup. I just have this little like thing, this little cup. It's like a washed out yogurt cup that holds little slips of paper that I cut in my jar, and it sits right there, and then there's like a little pencil thing. And my pencil has a duck on a bicycle. I just also wanted you guys to see that, so. Anyway, I just have this little kit sitting by my door in my bedroom. So if anybody wants to start, it's not too late to start your gratitude jar for 2025. Because you're gonna find, I have found that some years I've really needed it. I've needed a positive reminder of all the things that happened. So anyway, yes, thank you, Isol. So sorry. I will not forget. Let me clear gratitude jar. And then I see that you did a draw me animal, so we'll get that started too. And hey, Ultimate Pumpkin Pie, how you doing? Yeah, I heard about, I've been doing that since I think, gosh, I want to say since like 2016 or 17. I don't remember where I heard the idea. I think I heard about it online, but I thought it was a good idea. You could do a gratitude box. You could do a gratitude something else. Jars are easy, so that's what I do. Sometimes I've just shoved sticky notes in there. Some years my gratitude jar just looks like a hodgepodge of slips of random pieces of paper, which is fine. But I don't know. I think it's a really helpful practice. Hey Silva Grains, how you doing? Welcome in. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Are we doing invasive plants too? Yeah. If you know stuff about invasive species at all, definitely. I'd love to talk about them. I'm going to start off by drawing cats, because this is like the most destructive invasive animal species. This is the one that is literally responsible for the near or actual extinction of many species that are native to their areas. Just cause a lot of issues out and about in the world and living in places that they don't belong. And so that's why I'm starting with cats, but I'll probably branch out and do some others. I don't know if I could draw some plants if we have time today. So if you have suggestions, I know last year we did, I drew a thistle, because those are invasive here in Colorado, and I drew tumbleweeds, which are also invasive. Let's see, wisteria. Oh, nice. Did we draw wisteria last year? Let me look up a wisteria really fast. Sorry, I'm really easily distracted. They are really pretty. I don't know if I did a wisteria last year. We did some kind of plant. It was like I was trying to get myself to draw vehicles, so I combined it with Invasive Species Week and did like invasive species themed vehicles. It was very strange. The VODs are up on YouTube if you want to go see them. But yeah, wisteria is really pretty. Maybe I'll work that in, because we need to do more flower studies too, probably. Let me scroll up and I think I missed some folks. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, there's Isol. So Isol wants okay, I never know how to say this, Isol. Is it a hoop? A hoopoo? Is it a hoopo? I don't know how to say this bird. I think I've actually had to draw this one before, and I still don't remember exactly how. Let's see. So draw me an animal, for those who don't know. It's a game that we play where I'm given an animal. The only hint I can have is the name. Common name is preferred, but sometimes people give me the scientific name, which I just never know, so I just make something up, pretty much is how that works. But yeah, so I'll just try to draw it and see how close I can get to the actual creature, and then we will learn about it for like, it's like a 5-minute drawing challenge basically. So if you're new to the game, just don't give any hints in chat. Feel free to look it up on your own though, and just laugh at how far away I am from it basically. But yeah, I hope you're doing well too, Pumpkin Pie. Yeah, our gym just started. Let's see, and then we're warming up with a draw me an animal for sure. Are humans invasive species? We were talking about that yesterday, actually, Neil. I think it depends on how you look at things. I guess I could see the argument either way. You could also argue that humans are just have an adaptation that makes them able to thrive on all continents, like some other animals, but I could see it either way. Let's see. Hey, Unknown Andy, how's it going? You say it hoopo. Okay, I'll say it the way you say it, so that at least we both can sound like we're on the same page. Okay, hoopo. Okay, I always feel like these guys look like roadrunners with crazy crusted crowns, but I don't know if that's correct. Also, there's a lot of cuh sounds. Man, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to visualize what these guys look like. I feel like that's what I drew last time, and I got it wrong because they did something wrong. And I don't remember what it is. Oh well, we'll do what we can. You drew one the other day. Let's be wrong together. Okay, yeah. Happy to be wrong together. Kudzu? Wait, what? What's that word mean, Rue? Okay, so this is a bird. For sure I know it's a bird. I do not remember the specifics of the bird whatsoever. I feel like it's got a crest of feathers. I feel like it also has... It has something going on with its wings. Kudzu. Are those creeping vines? Oh! I don't think I know what those are. Yeah, if you list some invasive species. You can eat kudzu. Really? Silver grains. Wow. Did not know that. I don't even know what it is. Maybe I'll look. Oh, what time is it? It's 10:42. Okay. Let's... Oh my gosh, it's 10:42? What time did I start stream? How did it become 10:42? What? Did I start super late? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, Bots and Magic, how's it going? A swan invasive species. Oh, really? The mute swan. Interesting. Is it really mute? Time flies like an arrow, that's true. Alright, I don't... Whoa! Oh, thank you, Silver Grains. I appreciate that follow. Fruit flies like a banana. I see what you did there, Bickman. I'll throw cheese at you when I'm not busy drawing. Sorry, I had to think about that for a minute. I didn't get great sleep last night. I was like, bananas don't fly, and then I was like, wait, fruit flies. Got it. Got it. Somebody please cheese Bickman for me, thanks. Appreciate that. Whoever did that. Esel, thank you. You have been cheesed. Your requisite cheese has been provided. I can't hear my music, so I have no idea if it's on. Hopefully it is. There's something else about these guys. I'm forgetting something. There's something about their feathers I'm not drawing right. It's almost, I feel like they're like broad at the end, maybe? I don't know. There's something with the feathers. I feel like I had this problem last time and I just don't remember. Something like this, I think. Gosh, frustrating. You would think I would remember, but no. Mine like a sieve. Wait, what? Aw, thank you so much, Oddsy, for that Prime sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoyed your alien baby. Monkeys in Florida now? Like, people have them as pets? Oh my gosh, Esol, there's so many invasive species in Florida. It's such a temperate climate for most animals. Like, it's just very hospitable. It gets cold very rarely, and so many exotic animals have escaped or been released and are just, like, taking over Florida. It's kind of a problem. I heard that there were... Somebody told me that there were... Oh, thank you, Anza. You're very sweet. That there are, like, people who are literally iguana bounty hunters because, like, people's pet lizards and iguanas are just being let out, and they're, like... the ones that have escaped are, like... There's basically a thriving population of these exotic iguanas. And so they have literal bounty hunters. Like, they have bounties on them. So people will get paid to go out there and collect them. Now, unfortunately, when I heard about this, I thought it just meant that they were collecting them to, like, capture and then, like, turn them into a shelter or something. But no, apparently they're actually legit headhunters, like, which is kind of sad. But because it's, like, not the animal's fault. But there are a lot of them, and it's causing a lot of ecological damage to have all these invasive species that aren't supposed to be there. Just kind of, like, taking resources from native populations and like wreaking havoc on whole ecosystems. Yeah, I think there's like tons of snakes that aren't supposed to be there. There's tons of fish. There's tons of just, yeah, people are irresponsible with their pets. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that like if you flush a like people used to flush goldfish down the toilet. I don't know if that would actually kill them or not, but I used to hear stories, and this could absolutely be false. We will look this up after, because now I'm curious. I heard that like if they survived, they would just like end up in the sewer system, and then they would be drained into ponds, and then they would propagate. But I have a hard time believing if like a fish could survive that kind of mucky water. I don't know. If anyone knows something about that, feel free to share. I'll probably look it up because now I'm curious. You guys, I don't know what a hoop looks like. Hoopo? Hoopoo? I just know there's like yellow and black and white on it, but I have no idea in what order or where. I'm just gonna give him lots of stripes. They definitely don't survive. That's what I figured. That seems like that would be one of those urban legends, right? It's like, how could you if you have to breathe water and the water is disgusting? There's no way. Also hybrid wet. You ran across a video of a hunter in Australia who bounties invasive species on ranches. Yeah, rats, rabbits, foxes. Yeah, we'll talk about. I think the issue of invasive species is really interesting. That's part of why I like having a prompt about them. I think I just drew a yellow roadrunner, but let's go ahead and look and see how close I got. I think they'd be the blunt force trauma being slammed. That's true too. That's true too. It's probably not a gentle passing, for sure. All right, let's look at a hoop bird. Hoopo bird. All right, it got kind of close. It has more. I knew it had more stripes than I remembered. Dang it. That was what was up with the wings, and the wings are also very round. Okay, I'm gonna give myself like I'm gonna say like 75%. I think I got a passing grade on this one. I got the beak color right, which is kind of surprising. I didn't make it long enough, but it is pointy. So I'm gonna say I got like a 75. I always forget about how stripy their backs are. So these are, how do you say this? Oh, sorry. I thought it was going to pronounce it. It did not. It just yelled at us. I apologize. I want to hear it spoken. Hoopoo? Hoopoo. Ooh as in goose. Okay. Yeah. Ooh as in, oh, so hoopo. Hoopoo. Hoopoo. I think it's hoopoo. Okay. Anyway. That's how you say it, duh. Screech! It screamed at you, yeah. I'm glad you liked that, Rue. This is what they look like, though. They're really interesting birds. I believe they're from Africa, but let's learn about them. They're colorful birds found across Africa, Asia, and Europe. Oh, I didn't know they're in Europe. I remember saying that last time we did this. It's all coming back to me. I was only familiar with them being in Africa. Notable for their distinctive crown of feathers, which they can be raised or lowered. It's like a crest, okay. 3 living and 1 extinct species are recognized. Darn. For many years, all of the extant species were lumped as a single species. Interesting. Let's see where they live. I want to see their range. Ooh, look at this. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. The Eurasian hoopoo has a huge range. Look at this. This orange goes all the way from stinking... Like, if it wanted to, it could go to Japan almost. That's wild. It's basically all of Eurasia. I guess that's why it's called the Eurasian hoopoo. It's like Europe and Asia is basically covered in these. Interesting. I was only familiar with these, I guess. Living down here in Africa. The African hoopoo. Very cool. And then there's a Madagascar one. These are the 3. There's one that just stays on Madagascar. There's one that stays in Africa. And then there's one that goes pretty much everywhere. Because this orange one also goes to these blue and green places. So this is the non-breeding, or excuse me, the breeding. Resident is the green. So it's a permanent resident in those places. And it winters sometimes in these blue spaces. Wow. That's crazy. Let's look at the Eurasian hoopoo since it's the most common one apparently. Wait, where did it go? Eurasian hoopoo. There we go. This is the one apparently everybody sees. So there we are. The genus name? What's wrong with the genus name? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. It's just a silly string of letters. I'm not saying it. Germs, you say it. You say it for me. Madagascar hoopoe, I'm interested in. The African hoopoe. Look at this little guy. He's got more gray on his face. Interesting. Well, there we go. Let's see if we can find some more interesting facts about it. Okay, so it's least concern. The Eurasian hoopoe is common. Okay. However, their numbers are declining in Western Europe. Conversely, the hoopoe has been increasing in numbers at the tip of South Sinai. Oh, there are dozens of nesting pairs that remain resident all year round. Interesting. That's cool. Let's see. The fossil record of the hoopoe is very incomplete, with the earliest fossils coming from Quaternary. I don't know what that means. The fossil record of its relatives, wood hoopoes. Wait, what? Hold on. Hold everything. This is related? You guys know where we have to go. You know what we have to do. I love this thing. You've never seen one? I would love to see one. Hoopoe. We have to see how closely related that thing is. Cause like, I didn't realize there were so many types. So wood hoopoes and more. Oh my gosh, look at all these! Wow, you really are literally the redheaded stepchild of your family. Like, do you see this? I guess this one has literal redhead, so maybe not literally, but like, there's a big difference in these critters. Look at how all of these are like blues and greens, and none of them have the crazy crest. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I did not know that. I did not know that. Well, there we are. If anybody wants to play on one Zoom, by the way, this is always a fun spot. Hey, Real Fopu, how are... Well, I don't know, I'm gonna say Real. Hi! There's one Zoom if you guys want to check it out. It's very fun. Oh, they're related to hornbills, look at that. I'm gonna get distracted. This place is like rabbit hole central. Okay, well, speaking of rabbit holes, I better actually draw some invasive species. So if you guys want to learn more about the hoopoe, there we are. You can follow that link. Thank you, B Diesel. That was the Draw Me an Animal game. I'm gonna draw some cats now. What a great dresser, indeed, indeed. Your dog enjoyed it? Good. Good, Germs. I'm glad you all had a great time with that. The sound it makes? Yeah, that was a weird sound. I don't know. Hey, Dally, how are ya? Haven't drawn any cats today, but you will. Good, good. Goldfish are a form of carp, which are largely native to Eurasia. Yeah, yeah. I'm making sure I didn't miss anyone in chat, but I don't think I did. If I did, I'm sorry, and I appreciate you, and please say hi again. Okay. Cats, cats, cats. No, it's okay. We were spamming cat emotes earlier. But yeah, it is, I think today is Invasive Species Day. I actually don't have my calendar with me. It's at the studio, where my internet doesn't work. Don't get me started. Anyway, Invasive Species Day. Oops, I didn't write day. Oh, it's the whole week. That's right. It's Invasive Species Awareness Week. So it's February 24th through the 28th. So this whole week is Invasive Species Awareness Week. I just chose today, it sounds like, for some reason. So we're just doing it today. But yeah, Invasive Species Week. So let's draw some cats. I'm going to finish this quick skeletal study, and then I'm going to actually draw some cats, I swear. I swear. I really am. I promise. Do you not believe me? You should believe me. Absolutely believe me. Look at those cats. They're cute. They're so cute. Okay, there we go. Drew a skeleton. Now we're gonna draw an actual cat, for sure. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. Real, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for being here. This is the only cat emoji you have? Really? That's the only one? Oh my gosh. I'm surprised. But yeah, if anybody wants to draw an invasive species other than cats, like if you want to draw a plant, or if you want to draw, I don't know, a rabbit or an iguana or something else, feel free. Or just, you know, draw whatever you'd like to from observation. This is really, as always, just a suggestion. It is not, it's not a requirement to participate to draw the same thing that I'm drawing. This is just the topic I chose to draw. But you are all your own persons, you know? If there's something else, if you want to draw some vehicles, if you were sad you missed vehicle day yesterday and you wanted to get better at vehicles, absolutely feel free to draw some vehicles. Do not let me stop you. Let no one stop you. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I did a little bit of research last year because I did a whole like week-long art gym series on invasive species. So I did a little more like research on it. But if I recall, some of the most common invasive species that cause the most damage are pigs, cats, and rats. Pigs are actually super invasive in a lot of the plain states here in the US. And Texas has a really big problem because they have so much ranch land and the pigs are small, so they can run between fence lines and stuff, and they just like tear up farms and pasture land and all kinds of things. They're a really big issue, and I think in like the southwest especially of the US, like I think Arizona and New Mexico also have pretty big wild hog problems. Apple snails are invasive. I don't think I know what an apple snail is. Getting your tickets booked for your April Colorado trip. Oh, you guys are coming back. Awesome. Very cool. Are you gonna go see your sister again? If you feel like sharing, you don't have to either. What is this creature? A blue skittle. Blue skittle knows something about cats. What was this called again? Shoot, Miss Cabrakel told me it's an oriental short hair, I think, if I got that right, maybe? Never seen it before. Yeah, it's cat, but it's a special kind of cat. Fun fact about oriental short hair. Thank you, Dolly. About cats is the breeds. The breeds about cats are really interesting because really all the breeds are like, for the most part, they're very much color-based for a lot of cat breeds. Like, it's very, whereas like you get more, I don't know. I was reading, don't quote me on this, but the genetics about cat domestication is really interesting. And one of the things is like, unlike a lot of other domesticated animals, cats were not specifically bred for various purposes. Like, there's not any working cat breeds. You know, there's nothing that's like, you know, dogs are bred to pull sleds or to hunt things or to guard livestock. Like, cats are just mostly bred for aesthetics. And so because of that, it's like a hop, skip, and a jump basically to get any cat back to any other like type of cat compared to a lot of other domestic species or something. I thought it was really interesting. I'm doing a terrible job paraphrasing this, but I thought it was really funny. Yeah, it's just like pure aesthetic. This animal was built for either grace or comfort or both. An ornamental animal. Now there are some that are like worse at hunting than others. Well, we're kind of somewhat hoping we can see mountain snow. Oh, you definitely will. Oh, we get snow. Oh my gosh, absolutely. We get snow literally every single week of the year in the mountains, with the exception of like a couple of weeks in August. There's either fresh snow or it will be actively snowing. Like, do not worry. I have full confidence that you will see snow, at the very least, freshly fallen snow, if not actively falling snow. But how you doing, Skittle? It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. You love your animal drawings. Aw, thank you. I need to go to the zoo to draw too. Bots and magic. Yeah, but like all cats chase mice and rats, and the thing that's interesting is like none of them do it really any better than any other breed specifically. Like, you'll have some cats that just personality-wise are better hunters, but there's not like a breed of like, the closest thing you could get would be like the wild cats, the ones that really just aren't domesticated. Like, those are gonna have the highest prey drive. But it's just really funny how there's not like a breed specific thing with cats other than like color for the most part. Color and like aesthetics, like this this Roman nose on this oriental short hair, you know? They're all equally evil. I don't know if I'd say evil, but I do feel like cats fall into one of two categories. They're either super, super sweet or they hate everything. Like, I don't think I've ever met an in-between cat. And thank you so much, Sebasman92. I appreciate that follow. Meowsterminds, oh my gosh. Barn cats is not a species, it's not a breed though, Miss Art Rules. A barn cat is just is basically a cat that lives outside. but it's not a specific species of, or a breed of cat. I keep saying species. Pardon me. A specific breed of cat. Like you would have like a livestock guardian dog. That's not just a dog that lives outside. That's a dog specifically bred for that purpose. That's what I'm trying to say. Cats are really interesting in that their domestication has not really been completed, basically, is because they're just really not, we don't have working breed cats. Talking about your brother, and yeah, Pyro Kitty's Tavern. Welcome on in, we're talking about cats. I was talking about a fun fact I learned about cats not too long ago that got me thinking about it. It was kind of interesting. At least to me, I don't know, maybe nobody else thinks it's interesting. I just hadn't thought about it in that way before. Yes, we've been bred for cats. We come inside because it's nicer. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, I know that lately there have been more efforts with cat breeders to, like, specifically breed for certain traits in cats, and so that could be changing. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the, like, variety of dog breeds that we have now are a lot of, not totally in part of, but a lot of it is, like, Victorian era, like, obsession with dog breeds. But like working dogs existed, mostly were working dogs before that. It's just really interesting. Like domestication of animals is really interesting, I think. Can cats domesticate themselves? They may have. I think we actually don't know as much about the domestication of the cat as we do of the dog. It was probably one of those things where it's like somebody fed a wild cat, it hung around, it hunted mice, that person saw the benefit and like kept feeding the cat. I feel like that's most likely, you know? The cats are they're domesticating us. Yeah, that's true. Hey Sushi, how are you? You want to draw a link skull? Yeah, do it. Hi Science Streams, how are you? Hope you're doing well. We're talking about invasive species today, and I'm starting off with cats, the most invasive of species. Cats, for those who don't know, in fact, we might, after I color this, we might read a few facts about looking at cats from an invasive species standpoint and read some stats on that. Hey Smikes, welcome on in. Oh, and thank you, Pyro. Yes, if you guys aren't following Science Streams, make sure that you do. Cat fact. There's cat facts in Seribot. I always forget that. Oh my gosh, how do I always forget that? Not every cat gets high from catnip. Whether or not a cat responds to it depends on a recessive gene. Interesting. That's actually interesting because I read something different about catnip. Science Streams. Maybe you could shed some light on this. I thought that catnip, maybe it's talking about specifically adult cats. So catnip apparently does not work on kittens. And one of the things I was reading about catnip is that mostly, a lot of people think they're getting high, they're not. It's actually an aphrodisiac. And so it doesn't work well on kittens because they don't have those hormones yet to cause them to go into heat or want to breed. Which I thought was very funny. But I guess it would make sense that maybe some cats would have more sensitive, like chemical or genetic situations to that, just like some humans. But anyway, that's very funny. It made me laugh because I had a friend who like had these catnip bubbles that they were trying to get their kittens to play with, and the kittens did not care. But now that they're older, they care a lot more, and so I feel like that. I think there's truth to that. They don't have the right receptor expression. Okay, so that is true. Yeah, it's a stimulant. Well, yeah, it's like a yeah. Science is a geneticist. Yes. Not a zoologist, but didn't you have like a biology? Yeah, biologist focusing on genetics. Yeah, so knows a lot about animals, but especially bugs. I think the specific type of insect that you worked the most with was the fruit fly, correct? We just had a fruit fly joke in chat not too long ago. But yeah, if you guys like asking science questions, if you didn't know there was a science streamer on Twitch, we have one in our chat right now. Yeah. Your cat loves catnip? If I had a nickel for every time I found out an innocuous cat interaction we find funny was I'd have 2 nickels. Well, good. You like asking? Yes, he does like asking me about my partner push. Science, did you hear the news? Science? I don't remember if I told you. I'm having so many tech issues at the studio right now. I'm actually not gonna be able to do afternoon streams for a little bit until I get them sorted. I've called them off, sadly. So that you are doing now because of the raids. I mean, so I got a bunch of raids, and then that's actually what made me decide to stop doing them, is because should you fight someone? Yes. Can you please fight my internet? And And also my tech problems, my PC. I was so discouraged. I got three really generous raids from some artists I really admire, like good sized raids, and my internet blipped a couple of times, lost a bunch of lurkers, and then my PC crashed right after the biggest raid. And I'm just so frustrated. It was a very discouraging day, and so I think I'm just calling off the afternoon streams, unfortunately, which is a bummer because, yeah, like a lot of people don't stream at this time. A lot of people are streaming later in the art category, but I just feel like it's such a bad experience for you guys to get dropped all the time, and it's so stressful on my end, and I don't think it's very good for my computer to be constantly crashing like that. So I really need to figure out what's going on. It's like Firefox will fail, and then my PC will crash. There's some kind of sensitivity going on, and I don't know enough about what the issue is. I need to do some research. I've had a lot of people offer to help, which I really appreciate, and I'll probably reach out to some of you guys, but yeah, anyway. So partner push, well, I don't know. We'll see what my numbers are like. I don't think I can get as high enough numbers in the mornings to do that, unfortunately. But hopefully I'll be able to get the internet at least fixed soon. And then maybe I can start doing afternoon streams again, and then we'll see. Xfinity? Actually, I think we're on TDS. Maybe that is Xfinity. We only have 2 options, basically, here in Colorado. It's extremely limited internet options, which is, I think, part of the issue. I kind of have a suspicion that the router needs to be replaced. So if my landlords just did a big reset yesterday of the whole system, supposedly. If that doesn't fix it, I'm going to ask them to replace the router and get like a more updated router, because I feel like, so we have a faster internet now, and I think it might be overwhelming my router and causing hiccups, or the router's just old. It could be, or both, you know, I don't know. Those are my guesses. But I do appreciate your enthusiasm, and I hope to be able to not let you down soon. Raids are crashing your PC. Everything is crashing my PC. Sometimes it's not even raids, Sushi. Like, I don't know if Easel is still in here, which, by the way, if you guys aren't following Beat Easel, you should. Sorry, I'm terrible at shoutouts. Can you tell me a secret? I don't know. Is it a bad secret? You never... Aww. Oh, thanks, Science. You're too sweet. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. We were doing a stream together thing with Easel, and it crashed. I think Stream Together crashed my PC. And I've heard other people have had that issue. And a lot of people are having this OBS issue too. I think Science, you had this issue on stream where, and maybe we talked about it, where it'll say like, can't find your stream key, and it just disconnects. And then you have to like shut OBS and then reopen OBS and just like keep hitting start streaming and hope that it reconnects before the stream drops. So usually when that happens, like that happens to me all the time. The crash with Easel, like I think both streams with Easel that we did those co-streams, I think they've both crashed. Twice. That was a yikes and a half. Yeah, that's been happening to me literally like every stream I do from my studio. That happens at least 4 or 5 times this whole month. So it's like something combining that problem with, I think, my router issue. Did I update? I have updated everything. Everything's updated. Yeah, like my drivers are all updated, my graphics card, like I don't know what to do. My next guess is to see if I somehow need to manually update my BIOS or something, but like, I don't know what else to do. Also, we're going into an ad break, I'm so sorry. Trying to learn how to draw on an Intuos, because you want to switch from a Cintiq to an Intuos. Really? Like, you want to go back to a graphics tablet? I'm interested as to why. I have my old Intuos 4. But if anybody wants to support the stream during the ads, just don't mute this stream if you'd like. You can just leave it running and mute the tab. But I'm going to do a stretch break while the ads are rolling, so you won't miss any art, and I'll try to keep responses to chat to a minimum. Sometimes I'm kind of a chatterbox, if you guys haven't noticed, so I'll do my best. But yeah, we're going to do a stretch break, and get some water, and this is how I eliminate pre-roll ads, basically, so that people can just hang out right when they get here, and they don't have to immediately get hit with an ad. So thank you guys for your patience, I really appreciate it. And thank you in advance to anybody who watches the ads, because it does support. It does help a lot, actually, with paying for my studio, which may be going up if I need to buy my own internet. So anyway, you don't want my Cintiq, it's 15 years old. Oh, my Cintiq is actually 10 years old. I really love it, but everyone knows what tech issues feel like and how frustrating. Yeah, oh, I appreciate it, Rue. Yeah, I know, I I just feel like I'm actually being extra disappointing because you guys are being so nice and everybody's been trying to be so supportive, and I just feel like it's just really frustrating to have my stream crash constantly at the studio. So frustrating. Anyway, like I was almost in tears the other day. It was bad. Oh, it was so I think it's because it's been off and on happening since October, and it feels like no matter what I do, I just keep having this problem. It's never been a problem before. Let's go ahead and stretch. So if anybody wants to stretch with me, I like to say let's unshrimp. It's not just me, like all of our Twitch says this, but basically you can just like take your back, you know, if you're hunching, and just like curve it this way, like make a C shape. So you make a C shape with your back and like push your shoulder blades together. This is your friendly once an hour reminder to unshrimp if you want to. The reason I do this is because I don't want back problems when I'm older, so I'm trying to fix my posture now. So push your shoulder blades together and hold for like 20 seconds or so. Just pretend you're cracking a walnut between your shoulder blades. That's the way a friend described it to me, which you got a couple of back cracks. Nice. Yes, shrimp, unshrimp. Thank you, Raga. I know it's not my fault, but it's hard for me not to feel like I'm like giving a sort of a letdown of an experience by streaming when I'm having that many issues. So, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Raga. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna push and hold, and then you can also like push your neck back if you're worried about tech neck. I think that's what they call it these days. Basically, it's like because we all spend so much time looking down at our phones, on laptops, all kinds of things. You can start to get like a neck hump. So if you have one developing or you'd like to prevent it, you can also push your neck back, like push your chin toward the back of your neck. Basically, it looks very silly. And you can do that I like to do it while I'm doing the posture stretch because it like realigns my spine. I feel like anyway. And then after about 20 seconds, you just relax, and that's gonna put you in a more upright position to hopefully kind of cinch you back into place over time. Let's see. A lot of people say the Intuos isn't that great, but personally I found yours to be plenty good. Oh, really? People don't like... Are they talking about the new Intuos Ultimate Compiler? Are they talking about the old one? Because my old Intuos 4, I know so many professional artists who still use the Intuos 4, that never went to a screen tablet. You get that if you do strips? Wait, what? Oh, you do get that. You also get back cracks? Oh man. We could also do some like wall push-ups. Do you have an Intuos Rue? Yeah, I mean that's what I worked on for like over a decade was my Intuos 4, and it still works. The only reason part of the reason I upgraded was because they're phasing it out. They're phasing out support for the Intuos 4 on Windows 11. So if you still use an Intuos 4, you might start looking up workarounds because they said they're not going to release a driver for it. I have an old large Wacom that I use for retouching. Nice. Sorry, I had to eat some banana bread. That was way too healthy. I had to eat some banana bread. And Intuos M Pro. That must be, is that the new line of Intuos? So the Intuos used to be the name for their their Pro line before they started being really popular with the Cintiqs. You don't have a driver for a 15-year-old Cintiq, you just use an old driver and yeah. Yeah, I'm curious I don't know very many people who are on Windows 11 that have an Intuos 4 still, but if anyone is on 11 and you have an Intuos 4, like an old Intuos 4, I'm curious to know if it still works. Yeah, Zushi, it's because they want you to buy... Oh, I think it's multi reasons. It's expensive and time-consuming for them to constantly be making compatible drivers, I guess. It's just because you have so many different systems you're trying to make things compatible for, so it's like one more task, I guess. But I think it's also just because it's easier to just say, hey, we're already building these newer lines of tablets that are compatible with these new machines, just buy those. They just want you to buy more. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the only benefit to a screen tablet, the reason I ended up going to screen tablet is because I'm trying to do this professionally and I have very limited time, and it's much quicker to draw when you can, like, on a screen tablet for me. Like, I'm much faster. Like, I noticed it almost immediately. But, like, you can still do professional quality work, for sure, on a graphics tablet. It doesn't impact your abilities at all. It's just a hand-eye coordination skip step, basically. Let me go find another cat. Oh wait, I said we were gonna look up invasive species cat facts. Hold on. Invasive cats. Okay. Let's go to Wikipedia. All right, cat predation on wildlife. So here is a feral cat preying on a clearly wild bird. It's a result of natural instincts and behavior of both feral and owned house cats to hunt small prey, including wildlife. Some people view this as a desirable trait, such in the case of barn cats and other cats kept for the intended purposes of pest control in rural settings, but scientific evidence does not support the popular use of cats to control urban rat populations. Yeah, rats especially. Most cats will not go after a rat. That's a myth. Most cats will run because they're so big. Ecologists suppose they're used for this purpose because of the disproportionate harm they did. Yeah, I do have some family members that have or had barn cats, and I understand why you would have them. In fact, I mean, the cat at my studio is a barn cat. I understand their purpose, but the truth is you can't confirm that they're only hunting mice, right? They're going to be hunting other animals. And so they're going to be getting lizards and toads and any bird they can get their hands on. It's just a problem. So it's kind of funny too, because there's a lot of pushback. I didn't actually realize what a hot topic this was until maybe even last year. But apparently there is a lot of pushback to people who want to who literally don't believe these statistics. I actually didn't realize that. Despite study after study showing these things, they're just that's not true, that's fabricated. And there's such a resistance to keeping your cat indoors or at least monitoring it when it's outside. Because that's the thing, you can have an outdoor cat, just leash train it. Just like you have your dog you take on a walk, take your cat on a walk. I have a friend who has a cat that she rescued that was a stray that was an outdoor cat, and so he always wants to be outside, but she monitors him so that he doesn't jump the fence and go hunt animals or get run over. Frankly, it's not just for the animals, it's also not safe for your cat. To be running around. Man, I live in Colorado, and the number of times I get on, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that app called Nextdoor, but one of the most common posts on Nextdoor is can't find my outdoor cat. And it's why do you have an outdoor cat in Colorado? Everything out here is gonna eat your cat. There's coyotes, there's bears, there's mountain lions, we have bobcats, there's so many things that are gonna come after an outdoor cat. Especially in the US. I know that that's not as much of an issue in Europe where there aren't very many large predators anymore, but hawks, eagles, we have it all here in Colorado. So, I mean, you are very unlikely to keep your cat alive longer than a couple of years if you have an outdoor cat here in Colorado. It's just not safe for the animal. It's not responsible pet ownership, in my opinion, to just let your cat wander the neighborhood. Owls, yep, exactly. Yeah, it's really sad, and I get it, if your cat gets out on accident, that's not your fault, but you just... I knew a girl that had an outdoor cat, and she was so devastated when it just didn't come home one time. And I'm well, what do you expect? You're in DFW. This is not the farm. This is there's cars everywhere. Your cat's probably got run over, unfortunately. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad in big cities, real. Yeah, and we see more coyotes around than normal, probably drawn exactly, and that's the other problem too. By having a lot of prey animals like cats running around, you're going to attract the more problematic predators that are wild and untamed. Yeah, it's a problem in all big cities, I think. I'm just always shocked at the number of people in Colorado who let their cat outside. I'm just why? We have literally, other than Canada, probably the highest concentration of giant outdoor predators. Why would you let your tiny cat be outside here? I just don't understand. Anyway, yeah, people move in all the time though from Colorado, from more rural places or less places that don't have as much wildlife, and they're just they just don't think about it, and then their cat ends up dying. But it's a really big problem, especially in island nations. So I wanted to talk about Australia, New Zealand, and Tasmania, Madagascar. These places are all extremely devastated by feral cats, by people's cats that have gotten out and either decided not to come back and started living wild, or that have been introduced and just always been wild, kind of like the dingo. But let's see, in Australia, hunting by feral cats helped to drive at least 20 native mammals to extinction. That should not be happening. This is really sad to me. And especially in Australia, when you have some of the most unique wildlife in the world, it is horribly distressing to me to know that this completely solvable problem is being caused by just negligence. And these animals don't need to be out there. continues to threaten at least 124 more. Their introduction to island ecosystems has caused the extinction of at least 33 endemic species on islands throughout the world. See, that's just sad. That's just sad. There's so many like ground parrots and stuff, I think, in New Zealand, who like don't exist anymore because cats have gotten them. There's other issues too. Like New Zealand has issues with like foxes, mink, rabbits. Like there's a ton of introduced species on, especially in that part of the world. Australia has this problem too. Camels. Did you guys know that camels are an invasive species? I learned that one last year and that kind of blew my mind. Apparently there's a greater population of wild camels in Australia than there are in Africa or in the Middle East or anywhere else that you would expect to find a camel. Isn't that crazy? Here, I'll send you guys, there's a link in the chat if you want to read more about cats. But yeah, let me look up camels. Well, here, let me draw one more cat and then we'll look up camels because I do want to make a few drawings today. But I also want to talk, like I don't mind getting a little off topic because I like to spotlight things like this because I think it's interesting because it's like, okay, we recognize it's a problem. Now how do we solve it? Because that's the other thing. You can't just like go out there. It's not like, I don't know, morally right, maybe not the word, but it's just not a good thing to just go out there and like slaughter everything. But it's like, okay, where do you rehome these animals? How do you rehome these animals? Can you sterilize populations? I think that's one that they've tried with a lot of invasive species. It's just like sterilization. And I bet if Science was in here, he could speak more to that. He probably knows way more about these kinds of things. It's Invasive Species Week, exactly, and that's why we're doing it today. Sloppy Salamander, it is Invasive Species Week. And I really do think it's a super interesting topic. So I like chatting about it. Because yeah, it's like, okay, you can like harp on about it being a problem, like we got it, it's a problem, but now what do we do? Now how do we fix the problem? And there's some places, I forget the name of the, so just make sure this isn't AI, I don't think it is. I'm actually not sure, so I'm not going to use this. It's a little blurry. It's hard for me to confirm that that's not AI, so I'm going to go back and not use that cat. It's not AI? Are you sure? How can you know? Let's see. I mean, I know that it's a real, I know that it's like a type of like a Bengal cat or whatever. I just want to make sure that it's actually a real cat. Okay, well if you guys say so. It's a cat from a stock photo website. Okay, this picture in particular is just really blurry, and I was like, that's like one of the signs sometimes. And it has really big eyes, and I was like, it looks like a really, really, I don't know, just a little suspicious, just a little suspicious. That's okay, if you say so. Hey, Bruce Digital Painter, how's it going? Hey, long time no see. I think I just met you on Maddie's stream. It's just a Bengal cat. Yeah, Bengal cats are really pretty. I just try really hard to make sure that I'm actually drawing things that are real things. The eyes do seem large, yeah. Hey, Shihu Geeks, how you doing? We're talking about invasive species right now, folks. So, you know, welcome in. And also, hi, ZBrush, if I didn't say hi before. They sell camel in your local butcher shop. Really? Are you in Australia? Do I know that? Is that what you're trying to say? Your aunt's indoor-outdoor cat disappeared one night. We think it was yeah. I mean, if you live in a place with mountain lions, you gotta monitor your cats. You have to monitor your cats if you are gonna let them outside. Just like a dog. I mean, there's no reason, like, cause I get it, you know, especially if you have a cat that came from the outside. I know a lot of people rescue strays, and they do want to go outside. It's their instinct, right? Like, they're used to it. I understand. But there's ways around it. Like, you can leash train them, and if they won't leash train, you can monitor them outside and make sure that they aren't trying to jump the fence. You just walk next to them as they walk around your yard. That usually is more than enough. You can make a catio, like, or just like enclose a space that they can't get out of. Like, there's ways to let them outside to enjoy nature and for that to be safe for both your cat and for other animals. So that's my little encouragement today. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad if they have an outdoor cat. That's definitely not my intention. Just maybe like cause to rethink some of that. You know, if you haven't thought about it before, maybe like talk to your friend or family or whoever and like see if you can come up with a way to like make everybody safe. Because it is really sad that so many animals are going extinct because they don't have natural defenses to this animal. I think, isn't the domestic cat from like Africa? I want to say a lot of them are like sand cats, right? I don't actually remember the origin of the domestic cat. I want to say it's an African animal. But the point is that like these small cat-like predators, they're not, especially in places where there's no predators like that, like in Tasmania or Australia, those animals have zero defenses against this creature. They're not used to looking out for this type of hunting style. They haven't got any adaptations to protect them, and so they just get decimated because they're just like sitting ducks, literally, for feral cats. It's a very voracious predator, and the other issue is that they can reproduce relatively quickly. I mean, cats can have quite a few litters really fast, and they reach sexual maturity really quickly. And so having them outside, especially having them unspayed or unneutered outside, is just, your cat's gonna get injured fighting with other cats. It's gonna end up having or making babies. Like, just please don't do it. Please don't do it. There's no reason to. If you have a cat you want to breed, you gotta keep it inside. And if you can't afford to have it spayed, there are programs out there. I think that's one of the cool things. I don't know about other countries. If people live in other countries other than the US, I'd love to hear if you guys have programs like this too, but there's a lot of rescues and a lot of programs here in the US that will spay or neuter your cat for you. It's like charities, basically, where people can pay for other people's pets to be spayed and neutered if it's like a financial hardship. So there's ways to get it done. There's ways to get it done. Okay, I'm doing the bad habit drawing practice right now. Please don't judge me too hard. I'm too distracted by talking about other stuff. But I'm falling into the trap of like not doing my big shapes first. I'm being a little outliney right now. And that's one of the things that I always watch for when I'm doing studies, to try to catch myself from not like copying versus studying, especially with a static image like this. Anyway, sorry, I think I broke my chat. Let me scroll down. I'm like way behind in chat now. You've seen so many cats get smoked by cars. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad. Yeah, I agree. You definitely, the other day, an indoor cat let out in your neighborhood. Poor fella did not even know what to do. Oh no, that's so dangerous. Let's see. What does camel taste like? That I don't know. I don't know, Rue. Is it tough? Yeah, you got us all curious. You can't just say that. Hopefully ZBrush answered your question. You're in LA and they sell camel meat? What? That's wild. That's wild. Yeah, it could be a 3D model, I don't know. I think people said they've seen it in a stock image, so I'm just gonna trust that it's not. Yeah. Even in their home habitat, they're quite effective. Yeah, for sure, very effective. It does. Hey PJ, how are you? So we need to introduce hyenas to control, but that's how people have handled that in the past. Yeah, is that they've introduced, and I think you're probably joking, obviously, like introducing hyenas is not the answer, but that's how we've ended up with like weasels, because they introduced, I think weasels were originally introduced in New Zealand to hunt the rabbits, or introduced in Australia. It was either weasels or foxes, but they tried to introduce a bigger predator to take care of the rabbit or the whatever, and all they ended up doing was killing everything, right? Like, that's not the answer either. But I'm pretty sure you're joking, so. Hey, also, yeah, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it. We're doing the art gym, by the way. If anybody is not familiar with this, this is like it's basically like a group study session where I pick a topic. You don't have to do the topic I'm doing. You can do something else if you'd like to. But at the end of the session, we will show everyone's studies off. Who wants to show anyway on stream? Why is this not deleting? There we go. Okay. So yeah, if anybody wants to participate, you can join the Discord. There's an art gems section. Just make sure anything that you put in there is a study, like something drawn from observation, whether it's a photo or if it's something from like life. Basically, as little imagination as possible involved, because we want to be trying to work our observation skills. That's what's going to make us better imaginative artists, and that's kind of the whole purpose of the art gym, is to do the hard stuff, to do the workout, the less fun stuff of being an artist. And that's the idea behind the name, is that you guys are my accountability buddies, kind of like how you need an accountability buddy to go to the gym. I need an accountability buddy to do studies, because all I ever want to do is draw from imagination. I very rarely am like, yeah, you know what I want to do right now? Studies. Now I will say, since starting doing the art gym, I do actually enjoy studies a lot more than I used to, so it really has helped. So thank you guys so much for helping me get to a place where I want to do studies and find myself more comfortable with the idea of doing studies. But this is a habit I've been trying to develop on my own for years and just never made it happen. So thank you all for making it happen for me. Also, I drew this cat's head too small, so we're gonna do the classic digital artist thing and just, joink. There we go. It's almost like it was never too small. Okay. Save. To get your cat spayed and neutered, like, I don't think I know what you're referencing there. You managed to get kangaroo. I think I've seen that before. Oh, they made it illegal. Interesting. It's imported. I bet it's imported from Australia. Struggle busing with perspectives. Oof. Good luck. Good luck, pumpkin pie. Bengals are pretty smikes. It's true. Yeah, the problem is like that, like you're saying, Zushi, like a lot of AI stuff is like hyper crisp lighting like that, and so it does kind of make it a little hard to, it's just hard to tell the difference these days. You have some neighbor cats as well. Yes, local humane society has stepped in. Good, good. That's great. So at least like eliminating the wild population's ability to breed is like how you slow down the problem. And I would imagine that the idea would eventually be to start capturing any wild cats, like as many as you can find. But like I have a friend who lives near a ranch and there's a bunch of like feral cats in the area. And she's like, she tried to talk to the shelter, but it's like we're constantly overrun with feral, like people bringing in wild, because there's just so many. There's just so many. It's like hard to even know what to do with it. You still think your hyena plan will, no, Mace. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. That's also a danger to humans. Put the cat patio link in the Discord. Nice. Yeah, catios are a good idea for sure. Let's do it. I'm gonna paint this actually. And then I'm gonna do a camel next, because now that we're talking about camels, I kind of want to look up some facts about feral camels, because that was definitely one that blew my mind too last year. Have you heard of the little lady who swallowed a fly? Yeah, exactly. That is a great analogy for that problem-solving style. That is so funny. Yeah, and that's exactly what happens too. It's exactly what happens. Well, you know, metaphorically, that's exactly what happens. I don't think there's actually a giant old lady full of animals who's alive somewhere on the planet, but there are programs in some city areas where they will catch and release feral cats, give them a notch in the ear, and they've already been spayed. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that, for sure. Yeah, it's hard too. I mean, like, there's so many rescues out there, like people who want to rehab feral cats, but this is the other problem. Some cats, like, if they've been strays their whole life, like, they're not going to be domesticated. Like, they're going to be very aloof animals, basically wild animals, their whole lives. It's very hard to work against a lot of that instinct once it's kind of ingrained. So they're not always great pets, and so your only option is either to release or to kill. And it's like, man, you hate to just kill an animal. It's actually shocking how relevant that story has become. Yeah, yes. But we're gonna keep it light. But yes, agreed. Agreed, unfortunately. Sloppy salamander. That's really cool though, Rue. Yeah, I'm sure DFW has a lot of those types of programs. There's so many people there, there have to be. They're, like, with that kind of a population. There's gotta be a ton of programs like that. Export all the cats to New York City so they can get rid of the rats? Yeah, they won't. That's unfortunately something that cats will not hunt typically, is rats. They'll probably get rid of some of the mice, but they'll also kill all the other animals too. So that's the that's the issue with trying to release a predator to solve an invasive species problem. It tends to backfire. I know you're mostly joking, but yeah, most cats will not go after a rat. Maybe like a very large cat might go for a rat. Most cats, though, the rats are too big. They're just gonna go for smaller prey. Yeah, there's so many stories of like farmers and people trying to get their cats to hunt rats, and they won't do it. Maybe like a young rat, like a mouse, like a baby rat, but once they get too big, it's because they know they can get injured, because rats are pretty vicious. Like, they will come after the predators. Like, they're not like mice that just run away. Like, rats are aggressive. Oops, pumpkin pie, what happened? I mean, why did that happen? I'm sorry, I think my Streamlabs bot is still being... Let me see if I can figure out how to fix that. It's supposed to follow my auto mod rules on Twitch, but it's not doing that. Okay, yeah, I know, right? What about a main? Yeah, maybe a main coon. Yeah, exactly. Streamlabs does not understand context, no. And I've already approved that. I've already, like, that's fine on auto mod, so it's just Streamlabs. Streamlabs did this thing to me yesterday too. Yeah. I actually didn't even understand. I didn't actually know that that was like a bad word until I started streaming, and I was like, why is this word getting blank? Like, I had no idea. I'm very naive. Let's see. Chatbot. Shoot, I don't know how to. Does anybody know where to find that? Sister's cat is forbidden cat type, yes. I'll have to do this off stream because I don't remember how to edit my mod settings on Streamlabs. I can't find it. I don't see it anywhere in Chatbot. I was hoping I could do it really fast, but I don't think I can. Don't know when we started losing touch. Oh, but I will turn it on for YouTube. I forgot that I could do that. Yes, thank you, Streamlabs. We were just talking about you. I also meant to, like, change some of the settings on some of those too. In my bed, made me crazy, made me want you more. If you ever wanna be alone, I'd wait. Here we go. All right. Yeah, sorry guys. I thought I could find it, but I can't. If you call me up, I wanna be alone. Do you need coffee? No. Streamlabs has too much coffee. Streamlabs is too amped up. Gotta go figure out how to vacuum the cat tower. What? Oh, you ask again. What brush do you like to use for painting? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your question. I apologize. You're not sounding like a broken record. Feel free to repeat. If I ever ignore in chat, I'm most likely, unless you're saying something offensive, most likely I just didn't see it. So I'm actually still trying to figure that out, Buckaholic. I will say that I mostly use a Blue Skittles brushes. I think I've shouted them out before. I don't know if we've shouted them out today. But if you go to Blue Skittles page, on his page there is I think a link somewhere in the About section that'll take you to some really awesome brushes that Skittle made. So, house viewing tomorrow. Mom's decided the cat tower should not be covered. Yeah, that's fair. Good luck. The cat looks majestic. Oh, thanks. I mean, it's a majestic photo. I'm just trying to copy the markings. They do have... Oh, which one is specific from Skittles brushes? Let's see. I probably... Like this one right here is the CBA Briss R2. It's the one that looks like this. I also think I use this one a lot. I like the bristle brushes. He's also got a really nice blending brush that I like. I think it's this one. I'm still trying to try out all the different brushes though. I would say I mostly am sketching. So I use like the basic sketch brushes that came with Krita. And then I use some of these painty ones from Skittle. I also really like this flat rough one in Krita. This is a nice one. I just like anything that has a nice texture a little bit to it like that. But yeah, I'm still acquainting myself with all the brushes in Krita. I'm supposed to be trying to use different brushes each time I am in Krita. It's like one of my subconscious goals is like every time I open the program to use a different brush and just get familiar with it, see if I like it. But I haven't been doing as good a job of that. Which I question but not verbally aloud within here. Fair. I mean... Yeah, I don't know how closely they're going to be looking at probably your cat tower, but I guess, I don't know. Probably is not the worst idea to have a clean space as much as you can, but I hear you, there's maybe other things that should be prioritized. Like, if you're shocked to see a cat tower covered in cat hair, you've clearly not owned an animal. Yeah. That's one of those tasks that you do so that you feel productive, so that you can avoid doing a bigger task. At least that's how I would do that task. I would be like, yeah, I was super I cleaned today. I vacuumed the cat tower. It's so clean now. And it takes like 5 seconds. And then you're like, well, I'll do the rest another time. You're so right. All the more reason to do it. Sorry. I'm reading into, like, if I had that situation, that would be me. Yeah, you don't own cats, clearly. Right. Yeah, if you're worried about cat hair on a cat tower, it's like, wait a minute. You don't own cats, they own you. That's true too. We were talking about that, the domestication of the cat, Moose. Fascinating topic. We're talking about invasive species today. I'm actually gonna kind of quickly block in the rest of this cat, and then we're gonna draw camel, because camels are also an invasive species. And that was kind of news to me when I learned about it, and I wanna share that with you guys because I think it's interesting. So we're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna draw a camel, and we'll go a little longer since I had to cancel this afternoon stream. I'm so sorry for anybody who was looking forward to that. If you did not hear the announcement, I'm gonna try and put it out there on social media and my Twitch stories. I don't know if anybody actually pays attention to Twitch stories, but I'm gonna post it on there anyway. But yeah, I'm having a lot of tech issues at the studio, so to the point where I just don't feel like I should be streaming from my computer there until I can get them sorted. So until further notice, we're only doing morning warm-up streams right now, which is very sad for me, but it feels a little bit necessary, so a little lot necessary, I should say. We've yet to fully discuss toxoplasmosis. Well, oh. Thank you so much, Caterpillar Connie. I appreciate that. My whole computer froze just now. Scared me. Save. I also need to clear off my C drive, apparently, on this computer. I have a sneaking suspicion that some of my Steam and other game things have been saving to the C drive, even though I tell everything when I see an option to save to my SSD drive, which is where I'm supposed to be storing everything, because it's a whole terabyte, and I don't keep movies or a ton of music, so there should be limitless room, basically. So I gotta go figure that out at some point. There's always something, I feel like, with tech issues. Do they shed? Yeah, quite a bit. Cats? Yeah, for sure. Now you want a cat buddy even more? Aw. Depends. Your newer cat mama sheds like you would not believe. Oh no. You have a German Shepherd? Ouch, sorry, that was a hiccup. During summer months they explode, yeah. Yeah, I loved having dogs growing up as a kid. As an adult who has to clean more often than I probably did as a kid, I understand why a lot of people keep their animals outside. Because they shed so much, and it's on everything. So my rule is I can't have a dog until I have a yard, and that dog will spend most of its time being played with in the yard. It will come inside to sleep. That's how our dog was growing up, and it seemed to work out great. You're honestly wondering if there's something wrong? Oh, most vertebrates shed. I think most things with hair, yeah, like most, well, I guess, yeah, I guess reptiles shed their scales too. In some form or fashion, that's true, Zushi, yeah. I spent 40 minutes last night rolling myself a lint roller, didn't do a thing, but I mean, yeah. See, and I have friends that have dogs that are just allowed on every piece of furniture, and so you can't sit anywhere. Which, like, I love their dogs, don't get me wrong. But when you're not used to being covered in animal hair, and then you get in your car, and now it's all over your car because it was all over you, and it's like in your shoes because you took your shoes off to be polite, and it's like in your socks, and now it's like woven into your shoes. Just not a huge fan, it turns out. Don't dogs with hair instead of fur not shed? I think there's different types of fur that shed less. I don't know, actually. I know that there's like what the allergy friendly pets or whatever, that it's like they don't shed as much. I think short-haired ones tend to not shed. Or is it the ones that have the, because I know, like, is it poodles? Poodles are very like low shedding. Like there's some dogs that are like really, I think it's like Vizslas? Is it Vizslas? And Basenjis? I looked this up one time, but I can't remember. I need to stop drawing this cat, you guys. I need to start drawing a camel. Let's draw a camel. Okay, there's the cat. Let's draw a camel now. Okay, we've drawn some cats. Now we're gonna draw a large cat. A large cat that is hooved. Fun facts about invasive species. Invasive species are everywhere. That could be anyone. You. It's true. It's true, Kev. We were actually talking about whether or not humans are considered invasive species. Would be glad to hear your thoughts. I can see the argument both ways. The Vishla pronunciation was, oh, thanks. I've heard it said, so I just say it the way I heard it. Major appeal of doodles that they don't shed, but there's no way to guarantee that until you have the dog, yeah. Poodle have hair instead of fur. Is that what it is? Interesting. But I mean, we have hair and we shed. I mean, at least I do. I don't know about you guys. This stuff falls out all the time. This stuff is everywhere. Humans are the worst invasive species. Paradox Moose, you want to kill me? Oh my gosh. I've never received a death threat before. Casey, stop. I'm trying. I'm trying to. Let's see. Camel. It's time to draw a camel. It's not a threat. It's a motto. It sounds like a threat. I happen to be a human. I happen to identify as a human. Paradox Moose. I'm trying. I'm trying. Oh, hey, Rebecca. How's it going? It sounds like Paradox Moose, you and Sloppy are both Asteroid 2025 people. Let's see. Let's see. Listen, I understand the sentiment. Don't get me wrong. We can be pretty terrible. We can be a pretty terrible species sometimes. But I happen to know some pretty cool humans that I would be really sad to see go, and a lot of them are in chat right now. So there's got to be a way. Where are my camels? More importantly, I have a whole bunch. Oh, okay, they're in ungulates. I was like, I know I've penned camels before. Where are they? You are doomed. No. Yeah, but as a net, I'm on Team Supervillain. Good to know. Good to know. All right, if anybody wants to draw a camel, here's the camels. They're in the ungulates folder. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm gonna draw a camel though. Oh, maze. Oh, let's draw this camel. This camel's sitting funny. I like it. I want to draw this one. You don't see... Well, okay. This one's also sitting... This one is sitting very funny. But I think it's the dromedary camel specifically that is an invasive species in Australia. I like this camel. It's got good shapes. Oops, that's too small. Where to say no? Camel booty! Yeah. Alright, invasive species camel. Let's read some camel facts about the Australian feral camel. Here, if you want to read along. If you too were amazed to learn that the camel is an invasive species in Australia, here's some fun invasive species facts about camels. The Australian feral camel is an introduced population of dromedary or one-humped camel, which is this one right here. Okay, he's got a great face. From the Middle East, North Africa, and the Indian subcontinent. They were imported to Australia as valuable beasts of burden from British India and Afghanistan during the 19th century for transport and sustenance during the exploration and colonization of the Red Center. Many were casually released into the wild after motorized transport negated the use of camels in the early 20th century. This resulted in a fast-growing feral population with numerous ecological, agricultural, and social impacts. Yeah, like look at this. They're like the entire interior of Australia. Like this is a massive territory. It's so wild. By 2008, it was feared that the Central Australia's feral camel population had grown to roughly 1 million animals and was projected to double every 8 to 10 years. Camels are known to cause serious degradation of local environmental and cultural sites, particularly during dry conditions. They directly compete with endemic animals such as kangaroos and other marsupials by eating much of the available plant matter. See, these are grazing animals. They're going to be eating up a ton of the food that would be there otherwise for the native populations, especially in a desert environment like Australia, right? Crazy. The feral camels in Australia are also known to be aggressive when they encounter herds of domestic livestock, such as cattle, sheep, and goats. They can be dangerously territorial towards people, especially females with newly born camels and males in their rut. Mating season is known as a hazardous time to be close to camels. Okay, history. So there was some statistic, I don't remember if it was here or not, but it's like something about how there's more wild camels in Australia than there are anywhere else in the world. Like, that's how bad the invasive population is. So they've been trying to cull them. They have an action plan, or had an action plan. That's interesting. Ran until 2013. It was managed by a group with a huge fund. It aimed to work with landholders to build their capacity to manage feral camels while reducing impacts at key environmental and cultural sites. It was complete. Oh, so it's a completed project. Wonder what they're doing now. Land culls, so they're just culling them right now. Because of a drought, they were having to cull them. Camel meat is consumed in Australia, I'm sure. Camel milk. Tourism. Don't start monetizing them, then we'll never get rid of them. There was something somewhere about there being more camels in Australia. More camels in Australia than the Middle East. Australia currently has the largest population of dromedary camels. Well, I don't know how true that is. That might be AI. Yeah, no, well, it's on other places too. The largest population of wild camels in the world at 1 million. That's crazy. That's so crazy. So crazy. Anyway, we're gonna draw camels. Camels are apparently a huge problem in Australia, so. Declaring war on emus and putting camels where they don't belong. True. So we're gonna draw a camel in honor of Invasive Species Day. So now you all know a fun fact about camels. And maybe I don't know. It's like, again, it's like one of those things, like, how do we fix the problem? Like, do we just kill them all? Do we try and just make it to where they can't breed? I know like I said, there's a ton of research about, like, feeding wild animals certain things that basically block their ability to reproduce. And so, like, that way it doesn't hurt anything else. You're not putting out poison. You're not, like, doing anything like that. But you're just making it to where that species will eventually just die off as a way to manage it. It's really interesting to think about how we have such a hard time to cull feral populations of these animals. But we did a good job of wiping out the bison. It's true. Well, and I think some of that could be, like, environmental factors too. Like, I think American plains are a lot more hospitable. Like, from what I understand, the Australian outback, so much of it is just desert, remote area, and there aren't people for, like, hundreds of miles. And so it's just, like, harder to get to the camels, I think, is actually part of the problem. So, like, they could be anywhere. They're super hardy. Like, they can last the conditions a lot longer than humans can. I don't know. I think it's a really interesting problem, but I hear what you're saying too, for sure. I'm sure if the government, like, put a bounty on wild camels, that might change things, you know? Because there was definitely, like, a sporting element to the wiping out of the bison for sure. And I don't know that, like, I don't know that there's, like, a ton of people mounting camel heads on their walls in Australia. Sounds like something that might backfire. Like, anyone eating them would come across remains. No, I don't think it's something that can be transferred though, because it's like don't quote me on this because I don't have the papers in front of me. But I've read, it's not like you're changing. It's not like it's non-transferable. It's just it impacts that animal only, and that's it. And it's like it just turns that gene off in them. It's not like a chemical living in their body or something. But I don't remember the specifics. That would be a great question for Balint the next time I bother him on his stream. I'll just interrupt everything he's doing, and I'll be like, hey, science, so I know you're talking about this other topic completely, but I want to ask you a question about this genetic thing. He probably knows. He's a geneticist, so anytime I have a genetics question, I'm just like, I'm gonna ask Balint. This is the nice thing about having access to science communicators on Twitch. We have space experts, dinosaur experts, genetic experts. It's really fascinating that you can just have questions like that. At least I think it's really interesting. And then just go have a live conversation. It's almost like a free lecture, basically, here on Twitch. I really like the educational potential that Twitch has. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I just think it's a really cool platform for having, like, intelligent discussion about just, yeah, different things, and, like, just getting a free education about stuff, you know? There's mathematicians here on Twitch. It's like a free TED Talk, exactly. It's like a TED Talk you show up to and then you can interact with. I think that's why I like it even more. It's like a podcast that you can actually, like, stop the podcaster and ask them a question. You can interrupt them and they let you interrupt them. gladly. And then they'll like rabbit hole for 20 minutes answering your question. It's great. For an impulsive question asker like myself, the minute I found out there was educators on Twitch, I was like, oh, it's all over. I'll just do this all the time. I'll rely on you to be doing the research, and I'll just ask you questions. Excellent. Because that's the nice thing too, is like they know more about how to break down those papers and like what they're actually reading. Sometimes I'll go look at scientific papers and I'm just like, I have no idea what this is trying to say. And it's really nice to have somebody to ask those questions to, who can like break it down into layman's terms for you. Like, I feel like I'm actually better at reading scientific papers now than I was, just because I hang out on Science Twitch and ask them lots of questions. Can't recommend Science Twitch enough. In fact, if anybody is interested in more educational content on Twitch, make sure you check out the Knowledge Fellowship. There's like a volcanologist on Twitch. There's people who are experts in like marine biology, and people who do like microscope stuff on Twitch all the time. Like Diatom's Attack is really fun to hang out on while they're looking at stuff under the microscope. I think it's a blast, and I think it's really cool that we can look at that on Twitch too. Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Raga. I shall hydrate. Should I put some wisteria on my camel? Ah yes, Panda Lamp is playing, thank you. Oh hey Senna, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey Chris, yes, life finds a way. Indeed, indeed. The birthday girl, Senna, it's your birthday? Oh, thank you for giving that shout out to Senna. You guys go follow Senna. Happy birthday, Senna. I'm sorry that I didn't know. I'm really bad at birthdays. I kind of wish there was a calendar option in Discord so I could keep track of stuff like that. Or is there, and I just don't know about it. Happy birthday, Senna. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Senna, Senna also streams here on Twitch as an artist and a lovely mod, friend of mine. Please go give a follow. Drop a birthday follow. Senna does lots of art, character stuff, and comic work on Twitch. And also games. Senna is a gamer too, so if you're trying to meet more gamers on Twitch, Senna is a good one. Characters in comics, you say? Indeed. There's a birthday bot. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that. Yeah, actually, Maze, if you don't mind, that'd be cool if we could have a, like, maybe we could have, like, a birthday channel so people could, like, submit their birthday. That way people, like, if you want people to know your birthday, you can, and if you don't, that's fine. I will continue to be a secretive person about mine. I think we had a guessing game not too long ago, though. If anyone was there for that, you might remember. I think you guys got pretty darn close. I think, yeah, Senna, yeah, some people who've hung around longer probably know when my birthday is. I just feel weird. I don't know, I don't like drawing attention to myself. It's just me, personally. I know that lots of people like to celebrate just to have a reason to celebrate. I don't know. I don't like making it about me. Just need a birthday room. Yeah, we'll have to put something up like that. Yes, she likes drawing. Drawing attention? No. Yeah, exactly. In fact, when I redo my stream, I really do want to make my camera smaller. I feel like my head is too big on this on this setup. But I need to figure out a way. I really need to redesign my overlays. Because they're just no good right now. What a concern. It's a concern! It's a concern, Senna. Hey Ray, how you doing? Good to see you. But yeah, Senna, I hope you have a great birthday. And it's good to see you. Are you off today? Or you have to go to work? Or what's the plan? Give us the birthday scoop. Camel, why is your leg so strange? This is like hind leg weirdness on steroids. Stupid stuffy sinuses. Aw, sorry. That's no fun. Got most of yesterday off, but you had to work this morning. Aw, bummer. Well, I hope you were able to do some celebrating yesterday then. Alright, I'm just gonna do a quick like lighting study on this. I'm not really gonna like actually color it. Hey Ungoy, how are you? Good to see you. We're wishing Senna happy birthday. You got $800 in repair done for your car yesterday? Oof. I'm so sorry. I feel your pain a little bit there. I have a very, okay you guys, this is wild. I have like a ding that's literally this big. It's like fits in this little circle on my car door. It was from when I was airing up my tire, the wind caught the door and just slammed it into a concrete column. This happened last year. And I finally got around to like going to get it evaluated. I mean, the door works fine. It closes, it opens. I take it in and they're like, that'll be $3,000. Because apparently you have to replace the entire door. Because it slammed on like the corner of the door. So technically like the inside edge of the door is bent in. I guess, and so I guess that's not something you can just bend back into place. I don't know why, because the door opens and shuts just fine. I just don't want it to rust. But I have car insurance, so my insurance is paying for it. My deductible is only $100, which is nice. So I have good car insurance, but like $3,000? Like if I didn't have car insurance, holy cow, I would just be like, well, I guess the door is rusting off, or I'm just gonna buff it myself and put paint on it. Cause like, yeah. Well, it's only gonna be $100 for me. So I'm like, fine, whatever. I guess it helps with the resale value eventually once I decide to sell it. But I was like, $3,000? That's crazy. So apparently they were like, it's like very minorly scratching the other door. So I guess they have to do other repairs to the other door. I mean, I'm talking like a millimeter, like, I mean, it's like not even as big as the space between my fingers right there. It's so crazy. And again, I'm glad that my car insurance is covering it. I hope it doesn't raise my insurance. I don't think it will because it wasn't a collision, it was like natural causes. So I think my insurance rates are fine. But it's like, holy cow. Like, is that really what it costs? Or are you price gouging because my insurance is going to pay for it? Like, why? But the downside is I'm going to be without a car for over a week. So I guess the timing on not doing afternoon streams from the studio is okay. I just have to make sure I get everything done that I need to at the studio within the next like 5 days. Because I'm taking it in next week and I won't have it back probably until the 14th of March at the earliest, so. It's gonna be really inconvenient. I'm gonna have to cancel a bunch of plans. I'm really bummed about it. But it is what it is, I suppose. Or get an indie person. Yeah, I was just gonna do it myself, frankly. But apparently, like, that's not, I don't know, apparently that's a problem too or something. I don't know. I even tried posting on car Reddit and asked car Reddit and they were like, yeah, don't do that because reasons. And I was like, okay, well, I trust you because you do car things, car Reddit, but I don't know. It just seems like it's such a small thing. Like, why is it so much? But yeah, basically all the answers I've gotten is like, no reputable mechanic would just pop it out like that. Like maybe your uncle would do that, but that's like an at-home fix. But that's not what you should do because I guess it causes other problems. I don't know, whatever. It's just crazy. They won't give you rental. I don't have rental insurance. Yeah, so I would have to pay for a rental and I don't want to pay for a rental for 2 weeks because that's too much money. So I'm just gonna be taking public transit. And thankfully I live in an area that's pretty walkable, so I don't really drive that much anyway, but I do have to drive to get to my studio. I guess I could hike to my studio, but that would take like probably an hour. I'd have to literally go over a mountain to get to my studio. Like, no joke. There is no, like, the fastest way to get to my studio would be to hike over a mountain. And that would take a while. I would say it's probably like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to my studio. So I don't think I'll be doing that. Not exactly helpful. So I'm just gonna not be in the studio for like a week, I guess. Okay. Speaking of not being in the studio. Also, welcome in, Caterpillar Connie. How are you doing? We're talking about invasive species. We were talking about cats. Whoops. And then we talked about camels, because apparently there's more camels in Australia than there are anywhere else in the world, because they're invasive. Cats are super invasive because everybody, there's so many feral cats all over the world that cause a ton of ecological damage. And somebody requested wisteria earlier, so I'm gonna just quickly sketch a wisteria flower, or plant, I guess, or tree. Shoot, I don't even know how to do this. This looks deeply photoshopped. Is this a bush or a tree? What am I looking at? You're at the office and you're so used to being at home. It's not a safe place. Did you just fart in the office, Dally? That's true. That's not safe to do in public, no. You did not. Go, I'm proud of you. Way to show social restraint. Why do all wisteria trees look fake? Alright, I'm gonna draw this one. Because it's cute. And then we're gonna look at what you guys drew. So if you drew some invasive species, or if you just drew a study, oh my gosh, that's massive. If you drew a study in general, we'd love to see it. Pop it in the Discord. We have an art gem section. Wow, this is a massive photo. I don't know where to put this. Oh, it's so big. Why? It's like killing my... You know what? Forget this. I'm not doing that. I'm just literally gonna screen cap this tiny version. Because it's so much smaller of a file to do it that way. Wisteria is like if grapes were flowers. Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. See, look how much smaller that file size is. You know what, we're just gonna put it right here. Right next to the camel. Anybody do the things you do before they say. And so we're gonna have an ad in like a minute. And then after the ad break, we will look at what you guys drew. So if you have any studies that you want to share, as long as they're work safe, as long as they're drawn from observation, not imagination, then you can pop them in there. That can be observation from like a photo like this, or it can be observation from life. I always encourage observation from life if you can. In fact, if you have a cat, you could draw a cat today. It'd be very on theme, and it would be training your observation eye to be even more skilled, because drawing from actual real life observation is going to make your brain work a little more, it's just differently, but also a little harder in different ways. And it's really going to help you grow. So if you haven't done a lot of observational drawing from life, you know, it doesn't have to be a still life. You can go to a bookstore, sit down, draw some of the shelves around you, draw some of the displays you see, draw some of the people, draw the employees, like, draw stuff that you can observe with your eyeballs. Not just stuff that's two-dimensional. I mean, I guess you're observing this with your eyeballs, but it's flat. It's already flat for you. Drawing things that are three-dimensional and having to make them two-dimensional, that is where the growth is going to happen the most quickly for you. And now I'm made extra aware of my lack of cats. Oh, sorry, Uber. I'm sorry, Uber. If it makes you feel better, I have a lack of cats as well. Although it appears you may be more bothered by it than I am. I don't have time to take care of an animal right now. My roommate really wants a cat, but they don't allow cats here. They don't allow pets in general, which I'm okay with. That's true. Uber, there's so many feral cats, just go outside and help yourself to one. A sad but true point, Sloppy Salamander. There's so many, if you live in a city especially. Yamina, you have a lack of cats too? Yeah. There's much lack of cats happening. Oh, we have our ad break. Okay, we're gonna take a stretch. I'm gonna drink some water. If you can hear my voice, just unshrimp yourself. Just make sure you have a big enough net. That's true. That's true. If you're gonna go help yourself to a wild cat, you need a big net and a place to put it. Gloves. Yes, gloves are a good point too. Need gloves. The cat is gonna be unhappy to be in a net. If you are shrimping right now, go ahead and unshrimp yourselves, chat. Oh, that actually feels really good. Do you guys ever, does your sternum ever pop? Is that just me? Okay. For a second I thought I put my shirt on backwards. Let's leave it a minute. No, it's on the right way. Yeah, go ahead and unshrimp yourselves, push your shoulder blades together behind you and just kind of hold. You often carry treats for the strays. Aw, Uber. That's funny. Yeah, we talked a lot about cats today. Feral cats, stray cat problems. There's gotta be a solution out there somewhere. And then anyway, after you've done your stretch, just kind of relax your shoulders. Try not to drop them back into the same hunch, but like you're basically overarching your back and then relaxing. And that relaxed pose is gonna sit you more upright than you were before. And over time, if you do that every time you notice yourself slouching, or just make a timer and do it as often as you can, it's gonna help fix your posture over time. Let's also do a carpal tunnel one, because I really need to be doing more of these. Should we do some off-screen push-ups, chat? One's in the chat if you want to do an off-screen push-up with me. Oh my gosh, hey Blank! How's it going? Welcome in. I don't know if you can hear me because we're in ads right now. But welcome. You guys, you should go follow Blank Art too. Incredible art streamer here on Twitch. We are drawing, if you can see this, we are doing studies today at the art gym. Sloppy will do some? Okay, Sloppy, if you'll do some with me. Only one push-up? Push-ups. Yeah, we could do a push-up for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 really fast. Just trust me on this. I'm definitely doing push-ups. I know that sounded suspicious, but that's really what I'm doing. Oh, did some back stretches too. That felt good. Okay. Someone go over there. No, I just did it. I swear, I'm holding myself accountable. I wouldn't lie. I did 5 push-ups. Okay. Eventually I'll have a lift command. Kind of like on Chris Wright's stream. But after those push-ups, I need some water, so 1 sec. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome back from ads. So you did 10. Congratulations, Sloppy. Workout for artists. Yeah, Chris Wright's gonna be our artist workout coach. For those who aren't following Chris Wright, if you like art that's really fun and graphic design, and then also pestering the streamer with or bullying rather with workout commands. For some reason, he lets his chat do that and has not taken that away. So. You guys should go over there. You should. It'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. And Blink, welcome in. If you were stuck in ads then, if you're still here, good to see you. We are doing some invasive species studies. I'm drawing a wisteria really quickly because I have to head out after this and go to the studio. But you know, I don't think I've ever drawn a wisteria, and I found this brush that kind of does the wisteria effect, so. Did I just do push-ups? I did. I swear I did. I'll never do them on screen. I'm just gonna let everybody know that ain't me. If you want to watch somebody work out, go watch Chris Wright. He will do that. He will draw and do push-ups. He'll even teach you how. I'm not that brave. However, I do need to work out more, so I'm taking a leaf out of Chris Wright's book. And I might put in a lift redeem eventually, and it'll be like push-ups or something I do off screen. But I kind of wanted to like have a little animated version of myself, like doing jumping jacks or something that I could put up in place of the cam while I'm working out. So yeah. Get a little push-up gif. Yeah, exactly. I sounded out of breath. Yeah, see, I'm a little out of breath. I only did 5, but I did actual push-ups. I didn't do the half push-up thing, so. I'll try to do more next time, but I feel like if I do 5 push-ups a day until that's really easy. Yes, you have made that clear on multiple occasions, Maze. Don't worry, I'm aware. I'm aware that there's a lot of animators in the chat. I would also like to try and animate something sometime. It's just a matter of me finding time to do that, but if I decide I don't have time, I'll probably commission it. Yes, I'm aware. You are shameless, but we'll also show the form. Yeah, but Chris is actually good at working out. See, I just know I need to. I do not want anyone to watch me do anything physical, ever. So, Gratitude jar. Thank you, Ray of Sun. Let's stop and do a gratitude jar. So since we're at home right now, I can actually show you my gratitude jar. This is my gratitude jar. For anyone who was here for the New Year's Eve party, then you know what this is. Or if you're here earlier, we did one earlier too. Basically all year long, I'll put little slips of paper in here with just like writing down stuff I'm grateful for. And then on New Year's Eve, my tradition is that I open the jar and I read everything. So it's just like a intentional gratitude, like reflective practice that I have done and found very helpful for quite a while, quite a few years now. I have little envelopes in I have like a little keepsake. I'm really sentimental. I have a little keepsake drawer and I keep an envelope full of like the highlights of each year and they're all like stacked in there. Anyway, it's cheesy. I'm cheesy. There's a reason cheese is everywhere on this stream. But it's, let's see, 20, I always put the date. So what am I grateful for? I am grateful for my chat that cares enough about my well-being to make me do push-ups and hydrate. Chat helps take care of me. That's what I'm grateful for. Thanks, chat. See, I'll show you. You guys are now in my gratitude jar. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. But yeah, it just sits by my door. See, there we go. It's back. What, is it backwards? No, there we go. Chat helps take care of me. Heart. So anyway, I have this little thing that sits by my jar or my door. Like this, it's just little slips of paper that I've cut. If I run out, I just use like Post-its or something. Toss it in the jar. Lid goes. Drop the jar. Lid goes on, and then you won't see it again until New Year's Eve. So there we go. That's the gratitude jar. Thank you for redeeming that because I was noticing that I've been so busy. I've been forgetting to write stuff in the gratitude jar. So I'm enlisting you guys to help me do all of my good habits, my workouts, my gratitude practice, all of it. So yeah, there you go. But honestly, I really do like it, and I encourage anybody who is, especially if you struggle to just find things to be thankful for, or if you feel like you're really like down or cynical a lot and you want to change that. I mean, some people don't want to change that, which is fine. But if you do, highly recommend starting something like that. I've also seen people do it around Thanksgiving where they have like a gratitude pumpkin. So they'll put like a decorative pumpkin on the table and a Sharpie next to it. And like all month long, you like write things that you're grateful for, which I think is also cute. But this is like a year-long, I guess, version of that. And I think it's fun to look at it at New Year's, so. Let's see. Yeah, I really like it. And you like cheddar? Bruce, you're in the right space. You're in the right space. We like cheese around here. We like cheesy jokes. I'm pretty cheesy. I just like cheese in general. I call my bits, anytime someone donates bits, it's going into the cheese fund. We have channel points that are cheese. Yeah, it's a good place for a cheese lover, for sure. Okay, let's see if we can get the texture of this wisteria down. This will be a little trickier. It's got a really nice fade to it, though. Kind of like that. Ooh, I don't know if I can get this texture. What's my favorite cheese? Okay, so here's my dirty little secret. I'm really a basic cheese connoisseur. I don't spend money if I don't have to, but I do love cheese. So what this means is I end up getting whatever is the cheapest cheese is my favorite cheese, is the cheese I get at the store. I tend to be like just a regular, anything that you can put on a cracker is pretty much the cheese I like. I don't like blue cheese, yes. I do feel very strongly about blue cheese. And my strength of feeling is that it's gross. I don't like it. Oops. Messed up my layers, hold on. We're going to all get the charcuterie boards. Oh my gosh, yes, that'd be amazing. Hopefully I'll be able, I might be in California this year, Senna. I need to talk to you about that, actually. Do you have any interest in going to TwitchCon? If I end up getting accepted. I have some friends that live in San Diego, so I might end up staying with them, but if that doesn't pan out, I will be on the hunt for compatriots. Although I do have some friends, actually. We may end up just like renting, like some friends back in Texas that also want to go to California but don't necessarily want to go to TwitchCon. So there's a chance I might, if I get accepted. We'll see. This is all preemptive planning. But we might end up getting like an Airbnb or something and just splitting that. Like, I don't mind sleeping on the floor to save money, that's fine. And then I might just stay out for like a week and like do some sightseeing around the time of TwitchCon. So we'll see. TwitchCon is in San Diego State. Yeah, it's pretty far from you, right? I'm pretty sure it is. You want some cheese? I know, cheese is amazing. Yeah, it's not cheap. That's the only problem with cheese, is it's expensive. Yeah, I don't like blue cheese either. No. Yeah, hopefully, if I get in there, hopefully I'll see you there, Miss Yvette. Come visit you. Are you in San Diego, Frosniak? If you do book way in advance, they know it's con season. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be expensive no matter what I do. I'm sure. But... Alright, I'm hating this wisteria, by the way. Please get excited. Listen, I'm gonna do everything I can, Miss Yvette. I appreciate your, I appreciate you hoping for me. I'll let you guys know how the application process goes. I don't think applications for TwitchCon San Diego even open until next month sometime, so. I hate this wisteria. I am terrible at drawing it. Holy cow. I need to find a different brush, I think. I need like a speckly brush. This is taking longer than I thought it was going to, honestly. I may not finish this wisteria. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. I'm not really happy with the way the textures look. I'm glad that you like it though. Okay, I do like this brush better for it actually. Maybe that was just the main problem, was the brush I was using. I do have an issue with patience sometimes when it comes to allowing paint to do what it needs to do. I tend to want my results pretty quickly. So it's a personal failure. It's not the fault of the program or the brush or anything. I'm working on it. It's part of why my motto, for anyone who's never been to an art gym before, it's part of why the motto of the art gym is we're getting the bad drawings out. We're here to get them all out of the way. Whether it just means for the day, we're just getting all the bad ones out of the way early so you can make better drawings the rest of the day, kind of the warm-up sketch idea, or just in general becoming more proficient. And the only way to get better at drawing something is to draw it poorly a whole bunch of times and to work out all the kinks and like figure out how to do a better job. And it just there's no magic salve, magic bullet, it just takes time. And I know this, but I do have to repeat it to myself because I am also impatient sometimes. And I definitely want to be better at things faster than I am. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Let's go find the Skittle brushes. Here we go. I know Skittle's got a textured brush in here I could probably use. How is this tree's name spelled? It's wisteria. Oh my gosh, Maya! Hello, welcome in! Hey Raiders, how was your stream? I'll spell it out for you. We are studying invasive species today at the art gym. It's invasive species week, so we've been talking a lot about all kinds of things. Maya has to lurk. Okay, yeah, no worries. Oh no, you have to lurk. Resting your back. Oh, well, hello and goodbye, Designed by Keys. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Guys, make sure you follow Maya if you aren't already. For anyone who hasn't been here before, the art gym is it's a study session that we do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the mornings at 10 a.m. And yesterday we did cars, for example, vehicles, really, because I'm trying to get better at lots of stuff. So this is kind of like my accountability session to kind of how you need like a workout buddy to go to the gym with you sometimes. That's kind of the idea behind the art gym, is I need art workout buddies. So thank you for being here, to being my accountability partner, even if you didn't know it or didn't mean to, or even if you didn't want to. I guess you're here anyway. But yeah, we're doing invasive species today. It's invasive species week, so I decided to use that theme and just run with it. We learned about how camels are an invasive species in Australia. For those who didn't know, there's more camels in Australia than there are anywhere else in the world. Because of they've been introduced and they're feral and wild, and they just kind of have taken over the outback. And then cats, a lot of people don't think of cats as an invasive species, but this is the most populous invasive species on the planet and one of the most destructive. So yeah, it's like an opportunity to draw some things that I don't normally draw and just like learn about stuff, because I'm kind of a nerd and I don't know, like drawing stuff, learning stuff. But welcome in. How was your stream? What did you get up to, Maya? Love to hear about it. If you have anything you want to share, I'd love to share it on screen if you want me to. But if you'd rather not, or if you have to raid a run, that's fine too. But thanks again for the raid. That's really kind of you. Let me see. Kiwi, hello. Welcome in. Rosav, hello. Iron Sid, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Wisteria, yes, that's how you spell it. Thank you, Rosav. Heathen Dot, howdy. Triple Mused, welcome on in, everybody. Little Shadow Cat. And I think that's everybody from the raid. I hope I didn't skip anybody. Oh, Frozen Yak, long time no see. Welcome in, welcome in. Humans are the worst invasive species. We talked about that a little bit. We're like, do you consider humans an invasive species? That's like, well, I can see it go either way on that one. So I think it's fair to consider them. You're drawing your OC. Nice, nice. Well, for anybody, if you want to share that, feel free. But or a link or something. Or I can grab it for you if you gotta run. But for anyone who's not been here before, my name is Casey. This is the kind of work that you'll typically find me doing on stream, actually, is more like, well, normally anyway, in the afternoons I do longer format, like illustrations and that kind of stuff, and like digital painting. I do a lot of creature stuff, so you'll see a lot of animals here if you like drawing, if you like animals. I'm trying to get better at humans. This is me trying to get better at drawing people and just drawing them more often. But that's part of why I do the art gym, is because I need to get better at drawing more than just critters. But we do sea slug dragons, we do sculpting. We do a lot of these things in the afternoons typically, but unfortunately right now I'm having to cancel today's afternoon stream. Today was going to be the sculpture stream. Here's a sculpture I did recently on stream. I have a graphic novel too that I'm working on. But I'm having some tech issues at the studio where all my sculpting stuff is, so I'm having to cancel today, unfortunately. But hopefully soon the afternoon streams will be back. But for sure, we are doing the normal streams. Oh, here we go. We have a link from Maya. Thank you. Oh, this looks so good. Wait, hold on. I gotta pop up. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Oh, this looks fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. Maya's so... See, this is... I want to be this good at drawing people. Like, so good. So good. Make sure you guys are following Maya if you're not already, so you can watch her make incredible art like this. Paleo, hey, how are you? I think that question was directed at mods, Paleo. But yeah, that's okay. I mean, as long as it's work safe. I don't usually show stuff on screen though, unless it's like for a stream event or a raid. But yeah, feel free as long as it's work safe. Or if you want to share in the art share section, where probably more people will see it, you can always join the Discord to share art too. But yeah, Maya, this is incredible. You're so good at clothing too, and metal. You guys, look at that metal shine. I can't zoom in. Metal is another thing I'm trying to get better at because it's really complex. It's hard to get it right. Oh no, you're good, Paleo. Yeah, it's beautiful, right, Chris? Yeah. I love your style too. Your ink work is so nice. I wish I could like lines as much as people seem to like lines. I'm more like brushy and get it done with, unfortunately, much to my own detriment, I think, sometimes. But thank you again for that raid, Maya. This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing. I hope your stream went well. And thank you so much for bringing your community here. I really appreciate that. It's really kind of you. Oh, thank you. I don't feel like I'm good at lines at all. Like, this looks like it belongs in, like, a comic book. Like, you have, like, really solid ink work. I just kind of, like, I don't know, I feel like I chicken scratch, mostly. And you're so precise. Like, all of your lines close. Like, so often. We play a game here when I do any line work, it's like, all right, let's take bets. Did I actually close all the lines? And most of the time it's no. Because I'll go to, like, select all and do a fill, and I can't because there's a hole somewhere. It's like a constant problem. This looks great. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for reading in. You guys, if you haven't been to my streams before, make sure you go check them out. Fantastic artist here on Twitch. And I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, no, I feel like this is about as line work heavy as I get, probably. Like, even my, I'm trying to even think, like, even my comic, like, it's not even really line work. Like, if you look close, it's just painting. I guess this is kind of line worky. These are some stickers that I made. If anybody wants to check out any of my stickers, by the way, I do have a Redbubble. It's like the only shop I have right now. I'm trying to get my online shop set up with my Ko-fi, but yeah, I don't know. Line work's on my list of things to get better at, but like I just like painting stuff, unfortunately. It takes longer, I feel like, in some ways. But yeah, if anybody wants to follow me on socials or anything, there they are. And thanks for coming in and hanging out and giving a new streamer a chance. I think I showed you guys all these, yeah. Cool. Well, like I said, we are doing the art gem. I am drawing cats and camels and wisteria and invasive species in general. And then in just a little bit, we're actually going to do a show and tell. So at the end of my warm-up streams, these art gem streams, we do basically it's like a community draw along. So if you did any studies, as long as they're work safe, feel free to drop them in the Discord. There is a section of the Discord called the art gem. And yeah, just try to drop them in there. Like I said, as long as they're work safe and they're actual from observation. If it's like something that's from imagination that you didn't draw by looking at something, whether it's a picture or something you actually observed, that would probably go in ArtShare. We also have a monthly art showcase event that we do once a month. That's coming up next Monday. And we'll be looking at anything people submit, again, as long as they are work safe. So you have until the 28th. The last day of the month is when the openings for that end, and then we'll look at everything that got submitted on Monday. So I always look forward to those. There's a lot of fun, and thanks to everybody who participates. It's so much fun to get to show off all the great work in this community. I don't know how I got so lucky to have so many awesome artists hang out with me, but thank you guys, and thank you for sharing your work and letting me share it on screen. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, just pop into the Discord and you'll see the art showcase section, and you can kind of read the pins. Basically, it's kind of like general art submission rules, like please no tracing, no copying, no AI. Like it needs to be something you actually drew or made. It doesn't have to be a drawing. We've had sculpting and stuff before too, but it just needs to be something you actually created with your own hands. There we go. I am struggling with this wisteria still. You made stickers to give at TwitchCon. That's awesome, Miss Art Rules. Hey, Nerduino, how's it going? We were just talking about you earlier. You guys remember how I was talking about how there's a space scientist here on Twitch? We have been blessed with his presence in chat. Make sure you go follow Nerduino. Nerd, I was lurking on you last night. I wasn't able to pop into chat, but I hope your stream went well. And hopefully I'll be able to pop in there and bug you soon about comments or something. I'm sure. I have to be careful with Science Twitch because I rabbit hole too easily. And so Science Twitch also rabbit holes really easily, and I just get so sucked in. Oh yeah, of course, of course. I try to when I can, you know. Your ears weren't burning. Uh-oh. They might be broken. It's true. That is the only indicator of working ears, is whether or not you can tell if someone's talking about you. It's common science right there. May not have time to totally refine this wisteria. Not gonna lie. Yeah, Nerd, I hope you're having a good day. I hope everyone's having a good day. Thanks for dropping in. I need to remember to make that post about this afternoon's canceled stream before I go to the studio. Just in case the internet's not working. I should probably make sure I can do all that stuff from here. Goodness gracious. Look at all these cats! And that big cat! Yes, look at that big cat. And look at this cat. Look at this tree cat. Don't you see? Don't you see, Skittle? It's shaped like a cat. I'm using your brushes right now. The cat looks like a camel. No, it's definitely a cat. I don't know what you... Have you seen a cat before? Blue Skittle? That's definitely a cat. I'm kind of offended that you think that that's a camel. It's a cat mole. Yeah. And that blue cat, yeah. Oh my goodness. There's so many cats. Yeah, we got a little off... I mean, not off topic, but, you know, we started talking about other invasive species, and we've, you know, there are some invasive plants that need some spotlighting. I didn't actually know until pretty recently that the tumbleweed is an invasive plant species here in the US. Because I feel like they're so closely associated with like old Western movies and stuff that you just assume that, oh, it must be, it's just like it's supposed to be here, but it's not. It's not. It's an invader. From like, I think it's either Russia or China, somewhere in Asia. I had no idea. Yeah, well here, let's look it up, actually. Let's look it up. Yeah, it kind of blew my mind too. Let's see, tumbleweed. Yeah, so camels, we were talking, the reason camels are on here, for anyone who doesn't know, if you're like, why are you drawing camels? Your thing says cats. Camels are, there's actually a larger species, or population of camels in Australia than anywhere else in the world. There's over 1 million wild, feral, like dromedary camels. They were released in the 19th century. We just read about it. It's the only reason I know any of that. But there's a lot of them. But the tumbleweed is an invasive species too. I just forget where it invaded from. Tumbleweed. Fastest plant invasion in the USA's history. The arrival and spread of the Russian thistle, aka tumbleweed, is considered to be one of the fastest plant invasions in the history of the US. Tumbleweeds are crazy too. If you guys didn't know this, here I'll link you to this Natural History Museum article on it. So like they can get huge. I know like a lot of times you see them in the movies as like about this big, right? But when I drive through the panhandle of Texas and it's windy, there's just like giant tumbleweeds just rolling across the highway. And actually, it's really hard to avoid them sometimes. Like some of them are almost as big as my car. And I have a Subaru Forester. Like it's not a little vehicle. And so a couple of times I just like have no other option but you like run over them or they hit your car. And last year, a tumbleweed smashed into my grill, and there's like a piece of tumbleweed that is jammed so firmly into the grill of my car that I literally can't get it out. It's like I've pulled on it so many times. I'm basically just gonna have to wait for it to deteriorate a little bit. But it's been in there for over 6 months. It's probably on the 8th month now of being in my car. So tumbleweeds are, yeah, crazy invasive. In fact, last year we did Invasive Species Week for these studies, and we did, for some reason I decided to combine cars and invasive species, so I did like to help me draw cars basically. So I remember doing like a tumbleweed truck. It was like a truck that had like a tumbleweed motif on it. We did a thistle in a tank, and then we did a monster truck and like iguanas, which are invasive in, like an iguana was driving it, which are invasive in Florida. Anyway, it was kind of a weird combo, but it made me want to draw vehicles, which was the helpful thing. But yeah, tumbleweeds, man, they're massive. Apparently they're from Russia. It's a pest that poses numerous problems for native flora and fauna and for human health. People have become reliant on them at times. Oh, have they? During the Dust Bowl. I wonder if they use them for like, to like burn them or something. They can cause traffic accidents when blindly bounce across. Yeah, when they're really bad in the panhandle of Texas, I mean, let me see if I can find you guys a picture. Tumbleweeds on highway. Like they can be really, really scary. Let me see if I can find a good video of one to show you guys. Yeah, it's a Russian thistle, exactly, Miss Yvette. Oh, this is YouTube. It might slow down my whole computer. Oh yeah, so here's one that's just like, the windstorm was so bad that it like covered up an entire neighborhood. But yeah, this is pretty much what it's like. Here, I'll show you guys this. So you guys see that? That might look like grass, but that's actually like piles of tumbleweeds. And that's what the highways will look like, except for those tumbleweeds are like massive. Like look how big they can get. It's kind of like, that's pretty crazy. But I've never seen it quite this bad, but look at that. Isn't that wild? Like they can completely block highways. I've never seen it that bad in the panhandle, because the panhandle of Texas is just flat. So they don't really get caught on stuff like this. They just keep blowing until they hit a fence or a building, basically. And a lot of times you'll see them lined up along the fences on the highways. But it's wild. Saw some pics of somebody. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. But yeah, imagine driving down the highway and all of a sudden you have like hundreds of tumbleweeds just blowing around your vehicle. It's kind of apocalyptic feeling. It's really wild because like the southwest part of the US is super flat and dry. These tumbleweeds really thrive there, and then they get brittle and they break off and they just get blown across the plains, scattering their seeds basically. And they kind of explode on impact, and that's how they spread their seeds. So like when they hit the cars, they just shatter basically. Or at least mostly. And so it's kind of crazy because it's like you feel like you're destroying it, but you're actually making the problem worse. And they burn well, apparently, yeah. So I guess that's what they were used for in the Dust Bowl, is like a lot of people use them as like firewood. They don't help with fires, yeah. The cars, they're natural prey, for sure. For sure. I didn't know you get a declared state of emergency. I would imagine maybe if you had like a really bad storm of them or something, like if you had a bad windstorm in an area that had high tumbleweed population, I can see how that would be a problem. It would be like, I mean, when they hit your car, it's dangerous, especially if there's like a bunch of them. But they're not small like you see in the movies. They're pretty big. They don't help with fires, probably not. No. I didn't. Let's see. I think I read that already. Yeah. But anyway, just don't recommend driving through the Panhandle of Texas during a windstorm because it's almost inevitable that you're going to encounter a bunch of tumbleweeds. It's even worse when you have like one time thankfully there weren't a ton of tumbleweeds as well, but one time I was driving through the Panhandle and we had a big windstorm and it was like kicking up it was basically a giant red dirt cloud. So I drove, I think I even took a video because it was so, like I had to slow down to like 20 miles per hour because it was just like, it was almost like blizzard conditions, but red, like the whole sky was red. You couldn't see more than a few yards in front of the car. And like every once in a while you'd see like a tumbleweed blowing through. Like it felt like a movie scene, honestly. But thankfully it was mostly the dirt. There was like little dust devils and stuff blowing around. That's what we call the little tiny dirt tornadoes that you get out there. But it can be pretty creepy. Alright, I'm just gonna add a few of these little dangling details to kind of make this give the impression of wisteria. Then I think we're gonna have to go look at what you guys did. So I'm gonna save because my OBS is kind of phasing in and out of reality right now, and it's freaking me out a little bit. So I'm a little worried. Then we're gonna go look at what you guys got up to. So if you have any studies that you did that you want to share, feel free to go drop them in the Discord in the art gem section. Or if you have like finished art that you want to share, you can go put that in the art share or in the monthly art showcase. Just make sure you read the rules in the showcase first, just to be fair to everyone. It's 1 piece per person, and just, you know, all that good stuff. But in the showcase, feel free to like drop links and stuff too. It's kind of fun to get to see art from the community once a month, so. I need to post a reminder about the deadline about that. Oops, hold on, jeez. I hit the stinking spacebar and unpaused my mod view. Oh gosh, is that what I sound like? I'm so sorry, everybody. Feel free to mute me. I wouldn't blame you. Alright, hopefully this looks something like wisteria. I don't remember who requested wisteria as an invasive species. In fact, let's learn about it really fast, and then we'll go look at what you guys did, since we learned about all the other invasive species today. Let's go learn about this one. One of these days, I'm going to remember to actually post that I'm streaming on Blue Sky again. Just realized I forgot to do that today. Okay, there we go. Save. Thank you. Yeah, I wonder if that was to do with the fires in California. I heard that you could see it all the way to Palm Springs. Oh gosh. I don't know. I thought the fires in California were, I kind of thought I'd heard that they were mostly from the wind. And like, people just being irresponsible. But I don't know. Have they discovered the reason for that? Wisteria invasive. Let's learn about the wisteria really fast. Fast-growing aggressive vine. Oh, I didn't realize it was a vine that can strangle trees and shrubs. How to tell the difference between invasive and native wisteria? Oh, I didn't know that there were 2 kinds. Found extensively throughout the eastern U.S., Chinese wisteria has been reported to be invasive in at least 19 states. Oh, here we go. So here's the difference between exotic wisteria and native wisteria. Very cool. A little helpful infographic. Know the difference. Exotic wisterias will readily hybridize with each other and are difficult to distinguish. Native wisteria will not hybridize with exotics and maintains a lower profile. So The really droopy kind is the invasive kind. Aggressive growth, climbs up to 40 feet in height, seed pods velvety, covered in short hairs, less cold tolerant, blooming in spring. Clusters of flowers grow 20 inches in length. American wisteria will climb, but it has a more shrub-like growth tendency. Seed pods are smooth and hairless, and blooms slightly later in the year, June or July. I would have a hard time telling the difference, I'm not gonna lie. The only difference I'm noticing is that these ones, I don't know if it's just small, but these ones seem to go up. And these ones seem to go down. But that could just be because this is a baby. So, I don't actually know. Where are they from? Native lookalikes, history and introduction. Japanese and Chinese wisteria are native to Japan and China respectively. Makes sense. Both species were brought to the US in the early 1800s for use as a horticultural plant. As a vining plant with attractive purple flowers, it was, and still is today, used to decorate porches, gazebos, walls, and homes and buildings. Today, wisteria is a widespread invasive species in the US, with ranges far west as Texas, and as far north as Maine. Wow. I thought it said it didn't like the cold. It's a tier 4 invasive species within... Wait, what is LISMA? Invasive species management. Oh, Long Island invasive species management. Okay, tier 4. Interesting that they have their own for Long Island. Wow. Due to their similarity as well as ability to hybridize, identifications of wisteria species may often be inaccurate. So they can hybridize with the American variant. Wait, that doesn't make sense. They can hybridize with each other? Wait, I'm confused. They can't hybridize with American ones, can they? Because then doesn't that mean the American ones can hybridize with them? Doesn't that go both ways? If you guys want to learn more about wisteria, here's a link. Sorry, Loaded. I do not have that turned on. But there we are. We have learned about all these invasive species today. Congratulations, everybody. Let's save and go look at the Discord and see what you guys drew. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys can see most of these. These are our invasive species that we did today. Let's go see what you guys did. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Everything looks great. Nothing is not work safe. Perfect. Let's go to where we left off yesterday. So here's how it works at the end of the art gym. We will look at what you guys did in chat. And so if you would like to go, if you did a study, or if you want to do one, you know, later and just drop it in there for next week, we basically, the way it works is I'll just go up to the most recently looked at piece, which I usually try to post my studies at the end so that I know where to stop or where to start or whatever. But this is what we did yesterday, was vehicles. And so I'll scroll down below that and just look at everything that was submitted since then. So we have one from Miss Art Rules, a nutria. Very cool. Is this just an animal you wanted to draw, or is this actually an invasive species? Miss Art Rules nutria I didn't actually know about until a few years ago. Until I started watching this channel called The Meek Man. And they hunt nutria sometimes. But I didn't even know this animal was a thing. But apparently they're hunted for meat sometimes too. This looks great. I like your school study too. Nice job doing a school study. That's always really helpful, I feel. And I hope that you found it helpful. They are invasive. Interesting. I did not know that. It's also called the koipu? Koipa? I'm not sure how to say that. Very cool. I wonder where they're from. Where are they from? Now I want to know. Let's look it up. I'm curious. Invasive rodents they're native to South America. Okay. Interesting. So they're not supposed to be anywhere in the US. Wow. I knew that they were in the southern states. Interesting. Yeah, it kind of looks like a capybara beaver. Very, very cool. Well, thank you for sharing and for sharing some education there. Love it. You want a nutria, do you? Like as a pet or to eat? Ungoy. With you, it's hard to tell. Bacaholic. Oh, I just inhaled my banana bread. Hold on. I'm dying, sorry. There. Ouch. Beavers with rat tails. I'm guessing to eat, Ungoy, if I had to guess. That would be my guess. Since you're asking what I think in such a calm manner, I will tell you. I'm guessing it's because you want to try to eat one. These are cute kitties. Very cute kitties, Bacaholic. They are not endangered. They're invasive. They're not endangered. What are you talking about? How can it be endangered? It's an invasive species. And no, it's a least concerned species. It's so too prolific. Save nutrient. No. No, listen, look. I have it right here. Look at this. Least concern. It is the least... We are the least concerned about this animal. Look at all these places it exists. Oh, it's invasive over here, too. Extant resident species. Extant introduced. Extant and introduced. Oh, we have a mixture here. Interesting. Okay, well, there we are. Yeah, we're fine. They're fine, Ungoi. They're fine. We're talking about Bacaholics' beautiful art right now. Why does it have a present? I know. Now I just want to go look it up, Amaze. I want to keep looking into it. We're gonna look at Bacaholics' art. Case stone species. Oh my gosh. Bach, these look so cute. These are lovely little cat studies. I think you're doing a great job. I hope you're having fun. These are great. I like the little little fur ruffs that you put on them as well. Lovely anatomy. Great foreshortening right here. This is tough. That's not an easy angle to draw. Great job really looking at the anatomy too. Yeah, these look fantastic. Lovely, lovely job. Your morning sketching is new to you. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Definitely make sure that you pick topics that you enjoy at first. It's a hard practice to get into, but I feel like I have benefit from it. I hope everybody who participates feel like they get some benefit. But you're doing great, Bach. And let us know if you ever start streaming so we can shut you out. But this looks fantastic. Here's cats. I love them. So sorry. Gotta go. No, it's fine. It's still fine. Listen, any amount of studying is always a good amount of studying. Oh my gosh. And speaking of, here are Dilly Dallies. Ah, look at his face. So cute. Oh my gosh, these poses. Really nice. Again, foreshortening. Really good, like shape stacking on this one. It's so hard to do that and make them look proportional. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, you guys should go follow Dally Say MT, another art streamer here on Twitch. Lovely, lovely stuff, and does a lot of a lot of character art, a lot of drawing and stuff, portrait stuff, studies sometimes on Dally's stream as well, and works in the industry. So you guys can go bother with questions, which is what I like to do, obviously, on all the streams I hang out on. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. We can look at them this way. I just like to zoom in sometimes because it's like face. But maybe you don't want me to. I know a lot of artists are like, no, don't zoom in. If you zoom in, you'll see all the errors. Look, face. Is that his tongue? That's cute. I love this stretch. This is really nice movement right here. Lovely, lovely stuff. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Oh, you can't. Okay, good. Well, good, because I did zoom in. So, so cute. These look great. Thank you so much for sharing. Sharing your studies of cats. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. And Amaze has got some cats here. Look at these cats. Oh, this is a really lovely drawing right here, Amaze. Oh, thank you, Rude, for getting that shout out for Amaze. Another streamer you guys should be following. Oh, you and Bach did the same cat. You guys should be following Amaze if you aren't already. Another wonderful draftsman here on Twitch. Also has been doing some animation. A lot of animation recently. Getting back into his animation swing. So if you are interested in watching someone animate, you can go hang out with Amaze while he does that. Do you animate in Krita? Do you do everything in Krita, Amaze? I can't remember if you use CSP or not. I want to say it's all done in Krita. Oh my gosh, you guys! I think this is another one. You guys clearly enjoy the same cat poses, which is fine with me because these are great. You animate in Krita. That's what I thought. Yeah. But yeah, go follow Amaze if you aren't already. Again, great. You guys both did a great job on the foreshortening on this little foot here. This is such a fun pose too. Cats are so wiggly, like noodly and wiggly. If you get any Krita animation questions, you'll direct them to. Okay, yeah, direct them to Amaze for sure. You picked those two cats because yeah, the poses they're dynamic. Yeah, for sure, they're great. You did a great job with them, and I hope you had fun. I hope it was helpful because you said you had like a cat, right, that you have to do for a piece that you're working on for a client. I hope it helped. Cat study. All right, let's see what we got, Rue. Oh, look at this cat. This animated cat study from Yangularu. Beautiful work. Oh my goodness. My understanding is that Rue somehow magically finds perfect YouTube videos and does studies from them to do these animations. These are great animation studies. This looks so nice, Rue. Thank you for getting that shout out, Raga, for Rue. Make sure that you all are following Yangularu. Not only really fun streams to watch, she's so fast at doing this, But also just like a lovely person to hang out and chat with. And she'll even sing, and she won't be shy about it like some people. So yeah, Rue is cooking as always. Yeah, for sure. The subject has cat-like anatomy. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know, right, Bruce? Rue is incredible. I can't believe like Rue does animation studies. That's some dedication to studying the form and movement. And hopefully it helps, you know, like learning how animals move. Hopefully that helps you in your animation, you know? That's the whole goal, no matter how you decide to do your studies. My whole goal with Art Gym is that we all, however we want to practice drawing from observation so that we can get better at drawing from imagination. And I think it's really cool that you do these. I'm endlessly impressed at how fast you do them, frankly. But that's, you know, that's not news. So like I said, everybody make sure you're following Rue. Incredible animator here. And of course, and also a loyal mod that I appreciate. Everybody likes the same cats today, yeah. Charzia, different style. Yeah, it does look really different for you. Oh, this is great. Oh, hi, Neela, how's it going? We are, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. We are looking at community submissions for the Art Gym right now. So we did cats today. But enjoy your lurk, and thank you so much for stopping by. We're looking at Charzia's right now, and you guys should also follow Neela as well. We'll get you a shout out in a little bit, Neela, but we're shouting out the folks that are drawing along today. So Charzia is a fantastic artist that you guys should be following. Charzia, I'm curious about what you were you just trying to go for like no lines? Was this like a lineless study? Was that kind of the main difference? But yeah, you guys should definitely go follow Charzia, even without lines. You can tell, just very solid artist here. And this is also just, I have to say, a fantastic pose to choose. Because this just shows off like the weird stretchy anatomy of cats and like how baggy their fur is. Blocked in the shape and used a specific, yeah, that's nice. That's a really, honestly, I need to do that more intentionally. I think I was talking about that earlier on stream today, how used to be it was my goal when I was doing studies to pick a different brush each time and just kind of get familiar with those brushes. It's actually a really good way to practice with a brush. So I hope that you had fun with it, and hopefully it made you more familiar with this brush. Yeah, all shape. This is just 100% shape right here. But it looks so good. So make sure you guys are following Charzia as well. Relatively new art streamer here on Twitch, although I guess now at this point, Charzia, you've been streaming maybe 6 months or something? I'm not sure. I feel like I remember being there for one of the early streams. But I'm glad that you're still streaming, and I hope you're having fun with it. We got a lot of folks, actually, in the Art Gym today that have just started streaming recently, and I hope you're all enjoying it. But it's always fun to get to shout folks out. I love the whiskers. Can I just say, like, the shine that you got on the face, even without, like, specific crisp line work, is really lovely. Lovely job, Charzia. Thank you for sharing your study with us. That's really cool. Try to brush that has a soft edge on one side and hard on the other. I don't even know if I have a brush like that. What are you working in Procreate or Clip Studio? I think you work in Clip Studio, right? I'll have to see if I can find a brush like that. I don't know if I've ever used one that's hard on one side and soft on the other. That does sound really helpful. Yeah, try it. I mean, yeah, do you mind? Like, if you have access to it, I'd love to try it out. I need some more brushes in Clip Studio. That's part of why I don't work in Clip Studio, is because I just don't have brushes I like. Sushi! Did a cat skull! Oh my gosh, I love it. Sushi, do you stream? If you're here, let us know. We'll shout you out. Oh, there we go. You do. Perfect. I couldn't remember. I'm sorry. I may have even hung out on your stream before. Oops. Didn't mean to click it. Hold on. I'll have to click that later. Make sure I'm following you. I don't know how to do that here. Hold on. I'm broken. There we go. Figured it out. Zushi Cat. Fantastic skull study, honestly. This is really well formed. Really nice job. Here, Zushi. I like the little hints at shading give us just enough three-dimensional information to really fill in the gaps for the brain, because this feels very solid and just well proportioned in general. This is really impressive stuff, guys. Make sure you're following Zushi Cat if you want to see more studies or more art, or just generally if you want to follow more artists. This looks great. Thank you so much for drawing along and for participating. I love it. Really good job with this jaw. I feel like this is for me whenever I'm drawing skulls, this whole area right here at the base of the skull and the jaw is the most complex part for me to figure out and make look accurate. So I really like how you handled it. It looks great. Thank you so much for sharing and for drawing along. Thank you, everybody. Give a skull emoji. Thank you, everybody who drew along today and hung out here at the art gym. So what I'm going to do is I am going to screenshot somehow. What am I going to screenshot? Shoot, they're all spread out. Hold on, let me try and move these. Can I move these? Oh, no. I may not be able to move them. Tricky. Hydrate. Okay. I was gonna try and get all of them in there, but I don't know if I can like easily. Here, let me just do it really fast. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna do it really fast in like paint or something. Because it does take me a minute. How do I? I'm gonna break my computer. Copy, paste. More water. Okay, fine. I'll drink more water, I guess. Good timing, Terzia. Okay, that was one. I'll get the other ones in a second. Hold on. Okay. More? Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy cow. Okay. Okay, I just drank like half my water bottle. Oh my gosh. Are you calling me a camel right now? Why do I not have a cooldown on my hydrates? I could have sworn there's been a... Is there not a cooldown? Why is there no cooldown? That is my question. There should be a cooldown. I remember there being a cooldown. Oh my gosh. Are you just burning all of your channel points right now? There should at least be a per user limit. Jersey. I'm not a camel. I'm not a camel. I'm a human being. Oh my gosh, Raga, don't help. Don't help Terzia. Terzia doesn't need help right now. I'm trying to copy these cats. Alright, I don't have that much more water to drink. Ugh. Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying. Hold on. Hold on. I'm editing at a very high level in MS Paint right now. Give me 5 seconds. Super high level editing. It's the most advanced editing, really. There we go. This is honest. I know it's MS Paint, but it's honestly the least resource heavy way to do this quickly. So that way I don't have to open Photoshop or a new canvas or anything in Krita. Okay, there we go. Did all the invasive species. If a mod knows how to add a cooldown to that, could you do that? What is this hobby horse thing? Wait, what? What hobby horse thing? What are you talking about? Hold on. I don't even know how many I have left. I'm gonna just do 2 more. Okay, I think that's all the hydrates. So I'm gonna post my little, mine from today. My invasive species. Oh my gosh, Terzia. Terzia is just, I'm getting Chris righted right now. This is what it feels like in Chris Wright's stream when he doesn't have cooldowns. Hold on. How do I do this? Mods can't change anything, only pause. Oh. Well, dang it. Alright, Terzia, you've asked for this. You better get them out of your system, because I'm about to limit you. Let's see. How do I... Oh, yeah, the cooldowns are off. What the heck? There. Alright, there we go. You're only making sure, you're also making sure I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom in like 5 seconds. Posture check. Is that one got a cooldown on it? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've ever been, I've never been trolled with my own hydrates before. Chat, you care for me too much. Hold on. I don't know where that one, does that one have cooldowns on it? I'm gonna put that limit pretty high because I do need a lot of help with that. There we go. Okay, you've been limited. I turned the hydrate off? No, it shouldn't be off. Did I turn it off? No, I just put a cooldown. There. Wait, somebody paused it. How do you unpause it? I don't know how to unpause it. It shouldn't be paused. Help! I broke it. I don't know. It shouldn't be paused. It should only have a cooldown. Sorry, Tarzia, but you did make sure that I... No, you're fine. It was funny. I actually didn't know there wasn't a cooldown on that. No, I mean, I drank like this much water just now, so I'm very hydrated. I'm very hydrated. Ads in 3 minutes. Okay, so we are wrapping up here. We are wrapping up. So there we go. This was the Art Gym stream today. Thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Once again, I'm so sorry I'm not going to be able to stream from the studio this afternoon. I've decided to just call off the afternoon stream today. I'm going to try to get over there and do some technical finagling and see... Braga, what the heck? Hydrating. Oh my gosh. Mods, somebody clear all those hydrates if you get bored. The legends say Casey is still somewhere drinking water to this day. But yeah, no, unfortunately I've had a lot of tech issues and computer crashes and internet problems with my studio setup, so I'm gonna have to cancel afternoon streams for the time being, so that's gonna be probably today and next week. No afternoon streams, unfortunately. But hopefully I can get everything sorted and get the internet fixed soon, and then we'll be back. I'll let you guys know in the Discord and kind of around in my schedule, like when I'm going to be able to resume those. So if you would like to stay in the loop on that, you can check out my Discord if you want to. I'm really hoping it won't be off too long, but why is everything so quiet? I think I turned my music down on accident and I haven't been able to hear it for like 30 minutes. I don't even know if you guys could hear it. Probably not. But it's back on now. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Let's see if I can save and close some documents and hopefully not crash my computer. Would be ideal, I think. We'll see. It may crash. I may have too many things going on right now. There we go. Okay, close that. Oh, there's a cat. That's fine. The cat can stay. Stream credits. How are we doing today, stream credits? Are you laggy? A little laggy, but thank you for the follows today. I appreciate those follows. Thank you for the subscriptions. I got a subscription, 2 subscriptions today. Very kind. And the resubs, and thanks as always to my moderators, like it says here, and for the raid, Maya, I really appreciate that. This is really helpful. I don't know why I didn't have an ending credits scene sooner, because it really helps me remember everything. And thank you to all my patrons also. For anybody who is wondering about the patron thing, anybody who's at the 5 tier or higher, I've re-added this this little reward as a patron if you want to be listed. Just because I'm listing my subs now, I feel like it's only fair to also list my patrons, because my patrons are monthly subscribers, and the $5 tier is basically the equivalent to a Twitch sub. So I really appreciate all my patrons who help out. If you don't want to be listed but you would like to support on Patreon, just let me know and like a message and I'll make sure your name's not on there. Or if you want it to display differently, that's fine too. Don't forget to hydrate. Yes, exactly. But thanks to everybody who's appearing in the credits, and thanks to all the lurkers. Thanks everyone for being here. I super appreciate you guys. We are going to go right into another artist. I typically try to find first family-friendly artists, and if I can't find a family-friendly artist, I'll try to make sure that whatever's on screen is work safe at the very least. But yeah, it's always fun to go check out I try to do different artists too, because I feel like sometimes I fall into the habit of rating the same people. And there's so many awesome folks out there, so I try to keep it pretty varied. You see somebody we haven't rated before or haven't rated in a while. Oh, there's quite a few folks on. Let's go say hi. Ooh, we could do maybe a different kind of art. Oh, there's a lot of good people to choose from. Oh, I'm so tempted to raid Kitboga. I should not, because that's not art. but it is very funny. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kitboga, but he uses Scam Baiter. Here, I'll just give him a shout out. Do I take suggestions? Not currently. I like to vet my streams before I read into them. But if you have like if you have like a general suggestion, like somebody you just want me to check out, you can drop a name in the chat. I'll probably won't see it if it's in the chat. But like in the Discord, yeah, thank you, Raga. The Discord, there is a stream share section, and I look through there all the time to like check streams out when I'm offline, and it helps me to know like who's like a possible raid target, because there's a lot of folks on right now that I'm like, oh shoot, I'd love to raid them, but they're very not work safe. So it does tend to go in like a tier order. Who should we raid? You know what? Actually, well, he's not doing art right now. Shoot, I was gonna say we could raid Kasem back to say thanks for that raid the other day, but he's on a break right now, and he's sometimes the conversation can be a little more 18, but not like, mostly it's just like cursing. It's not like anything super raunchy most of the time. No, I appreciate you asking, Frozen Yak. I won't ever be offended or anything. To my perspective, like Art Twitch has been super supportive of me, and I'm very grateful, and I'm happy to pass that support along. I'm just being really indecisive because there's like 4 really good people on right now. Just don't know who I should pick. Do you guys want to do like a different kind of art form today? Ooh, let's actually, oh man, I'm so tempted. I really am a huge fan of this artist. But I don't know that they're work safe. Let me see what they're drawing. Actually, hold on, we might do this one. So I don't think we've ever rated this person. And they're working on something really cool looking. I really want to look at this. What is this? We follow you, thanks, yeah. I try to do mostly work safe. This looks like what they're drawing is work safe. I can't always account for, you know, they may curse or something, but it looks like it's just like a really epic fantasy piece. I think Voidbrush is a pretty cool artist, and most of you probably know Voidbrush, but in case you don't, I don't think we've ever rated them before, and I like lurking on their streams. So I will say they tend to go a little bit more like spooky horror, like there's nothing super bloody on screen as far as I can tell right now, but they do have kind of like a creepy like PNG tuber and that kind of thing. So what's our raid message? We'll just do the flailing Carnotaur. I don't know. We'll just say Casey raid, because that's the only one I can ever remember off the top of my head. One of these days I'll be a pro and have a real raid call, but I'm not a pro. There we go, Casey raid. If you want to replace those emotes with your own, feel free. That's totally fine. But let's go say hi to Voidbrush. I'm a fan. I like creatures. They do a lot of creatures. I would just, you know, just be warned, if you don't like spookier vibes, this may not be your stream. And if you're watching with kids, maybe lower the volume just in case. Or if you're watching at work, maybe lower the volume just in case. But I think usually it's pretty okay over there. He's actually pretty soft-spoken. So I think we should be fine. But let's go say hi to Voidbrush, and I will see you guys around. I'll see you guys next week. Unfortunately, like I said, no afternoon stream today. I know we normally do sculpting the last stream of the month, but that had to get canceled today. I'll try and work that in some other time. Yeah, Casey, I like creature snow art, exactly. Don't forget, we do have a showcase. Last day to submit for the showcase for this month is the 28th, last day of the month. So it's coming up. Make sure that you submit if you want to get in on that. But let's go say hi to Void, and I will see you guys around the interwebs, okay? Bye-bye!